What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Straight Savage Podcast, man. Another Saturday night, 10:30 Eastern Time. Your boy Savage here, man. And gonna talk about a couple of things, man. Several things, actually. We're gonna talk about toys, and we're gonna have a nice, good conversation, man. And we're gonna talk about some personal stuff. Um, and we just gonna kick it, man, like how we normally do. Um, Anybody who's tapping in, man, I appreciate you guys. Hustle, what's good with you, fam? The moderator with the most. That is what's up. Timbo Toys dropping in to say, hey, appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, man. Even if you guys drop in to say, hey, and peace out. I appreciate that, man, because sometimes when I drop in on some guys' live, I don't stay there the whole time, man. But I drop in. Greg, what's good with you, baby? I drop in just to say what's up, man, and show my support and get a piece of a conversation. And if I got to go back on the replay, that's what I do, man. But all you guys that's been tapping in with me, man, every Saturday, I really truly appreciate it, man. I'm glad you guys, man, finding your heart to rock with me. BX Medic 33, what's good? What's up with you, brother? And Greg, I got Beachhead up there too, man. I knew somebody was gonna see that shit, but I didn't. I already had took the picture, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I forgot to put Beachhead up there, and I never really look at Beachhead as upper brass. Now I never really read the '80s. I have the '80s and the '90s Marvel comics. Jamie Lynn, yes sir. What's good with you, Chad? Yo, what's good with you, family? Yeah, Hustle. I got this T-shirt from Walmart, man. Like a couple of years ago. Yo, it is a tough Street Fighter T-shirt. But I never look at Beachhead as upper brass. He is though, and the reason we know that because of the movie. When they start laying out the line, he's like, "Well, I'm in charge," and they start laying out who's really in charge. Mr. A, my neighbor's cat killed my parrot. So can I sue the neighbor? You probably actually can, man, to be quite honest with you, man. Um, Civil lawsuits, that's kind of murky water, uh, as we shall say, man. But 14 people in here, man. I hate to say shit like this, man, but hey, but it is what it is. Yo, hit that like button, man. Let's run these numbers up, man, because it's been really good organic conversations. Beachhead is number 4 in the line. Yes, he is. So what is it? Hawk, Duke, Flint, Beachhead. Where does Slaughter fit in there? Slaughter's kind of like he's over everything, really. To be quite honest with you, because he made Hawk run. Chad, you say you be back in the home state of NC next weekend. That is what's up. Mike Thon, what is good with you? What up, homie? How you doing? Yes, I'm doing fine, man. I watched y'all whole thing last night too. It was a good conversation, man. Because I work in the middle of the night, so when like you got a good thing, man. Believe it or not, Mike Thon, there's a lot of people that be up late at night. Like last night, I stepped out at 11 to run my Amazon load and didn't get into this morning till like 7 a.m. Leslie Cochran, want the red pill or the blue pill? I choose none. But I feel you, man. What's that? The Matrix? Yeah, Sarge is over everything. He just does his own thing. Yeah, Mike, I've been wanting to catch a joint too, man. And that was the perfect time to catch it. And especially you had Woody on there, man. So I don't know. We gotta line something up. Why I sit up and chat with you one late night? I know you got your schedule filled out, man, but we'll collide. We'll definitely collide. Leslie Cochran, it's painful to wake up. I wouldn't say that, man. It's always a blessing to wake up, man. I will start this off right here on some real shit, like on some real shit. Like, let's continue to pray for Chris, my man, North Carolina window clean, man, with that situation. I came on earlier this week and prayed for him in that situation and prayed for everybody, prayed for myself, man. And I hit him up the past couple of days. Um, and he's taking it day by day. You know what I'm saying? A situation like that, I could never really uh go too deep into it because I'm not going through what he's going through, because after his workers got killed like that, man. And like I said, one of them was his one of his friend's son. It's a crazy situation. You know what I'm saying? So people still have to get laid to rest. You still have to console families. You still have to console workers, man. So let's continue to pray for Chris. And if you don't believe in God or pray anything like that, keep him in your mind and thoughts, regardless of the fact, because I'm not here ever to push Christianity on anybody. That's just what I do. That's my formula. That's what works for me. And what I found out, it works for a lot of you guys, man. And shout out to my man Paul from Hyperdrive. Who said, he basically like, yo, I don't really believe in God, man, but you know what I'm saying, we all connected in a way. And I can totally always agree with that, man. I would never pass judgment on anybody. He said, I was barely hanging in. I was dozing watching Civil War, Greg Archer. I said a prayer for them. I appreciate that, man. BX, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Let me see. Yes, hustle. Let me go back. So Mython said, yeah, I had this. Yeah, yeah, you're doing a lot, man. Like I said, man, that's an awesome thing, man. The late night, man. And hustle, yes, Roscon has started, man. I was just looking at something on Facebook. They got a bunch of grunts. They got scrap iron up there. Who else? I seen some red of Vipers, some Crimson Vipers. So Roscon is back upon us. I wouldn't mind getting some more grunts. I know that, so I can build up my green army. Yes, hustle, you right, man. God got us all, believers and non-believers. And I feel like as a duty as a Christian, you can really tell me, man, like, fuck you, man. I don't believe in God, and I still pray for you because it's my duty as a Christian, man. It's my duty as a human to look out for people. But I will also say this, man. As soon as I did that shit, yo, attacks on my own life came upon me. And I'm not saying physical attacks, like somebody trying not to kill me, but like I'll get into like a little bit, but just stuff start happening, man. Because the enemy, that's what they say in church, the enemy, evil spirits will get on you. They don't like you doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The evil in the world, man. And just things start happening with me, man, as far as I was supposed to speak for my uncle, because my uncle's a pastor, and I was supposed to come on his hotline and speak and just give some encouraging words and give a testimony on what's going on. And I totally blew it off. I forgot. And what happened was my wife was downstairs working, and I was watching my daughters up here, and I was basting a chicken, and my uncle had to call me like, hey, you coming on it? And I was supposed to come on at 7, and it was like 7:15, man. And I couldn't get the code. I still end up coming on for people, but the enemy tried to keep me from giving a good word to people, man. And it's been on and popping like that, man. Even like I'm gonna never sit up here in front for you guys. Like my life is peachy and gravy, but like this is some shit going on between me and my wife this week, man. This shit has been rough and ugly to the point she's not here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm up here in the kitchen and shit. And I wasn't gonna come on, man, but I was like, you know what? Let me go on. Let me get my mind and speak and get with my people, man, and just talk, man, and it just try to relieve some stress, man. You know what I'm saying? Because right now in my life, man, I don't even know if me and my wife gonna be together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy like that, man. And it ain't nothing but the attack from the enemy, man. And that's how shit happens. That's how shit was trying to throw you off. You be trying to speak positivity, and in your own life, like shit, the walls will start falling down. Like fuck that. Like this nigga think he gonna come on here and pray for people on YouTube? People don't fucking do that. No, it's gonna be an all-out attack, man. So I don't know what's going on, man, but we just need a couple of days to get our shit together, man. And if we make it or not, we gonna see, man. But one thing I am gonna do, I'm gonna keep soldiering on, and I'm gonna keep being a leader. Because you probably think, well, what are you doing up here? Well, I wanted to get up here and talk, man, and still get with people and talk and see how people are doing and letting people know I'm still praying for you, and you know, pray for Chris, man, and just keep moving on, because that's what a leader does, you know. what I noticed with a lot of guys who call themselves leaders, when they fucked up in the head, they can't even lead other people. How can you be a leader, man? So y'all pray for me, man, because there's some shit going on. And be honest with you, like after what I did or what I do for people, like why would my shit be fucked up? But that's how it go. It's a trick of the enemy to try to keep you positive. But I'm gonna keep soldiering on, and I'm gonna keep up the positivity, and I'm gonna keep praying for people, man. And I'm gonna pray for my situation. I'm gonna pray for y'all's, man. So, like I said, I don't mind. I live in humility. I don't mind throwing my shit out there like that. I ain't gonna let you know everything that go on in my life, but I don't mind, telling you what I'm going through, man. But this shit is crazy. That's why I'm up here in the kitchen now. It's fucking empty as a motherfucker in my house right now. And it got pretty nasty, man. So man, like I'm gonna just pray on my situation, man, because there's no way in hell I should be going through shit like what I'm going through right now in the past couple of days, man. But as a Christian, it's expected for fucked up shit to start happening once you start trying to do the right thing, man. Let me go back on these messages, man, if I can keep up. Yeah, okay. So it's a little bunch of, hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Keep me in your prayers, man. Keep me in your prayers, because like I said, man, it's an attack from the enemy, man, on my family and everything. And before the situation even happened with Chris last Sunday, I went up to the altar, man, and the pastor was saying, there's somebody in here right now. You're going through things with your business. You're going through things with your family. And I went up there, I was like, yo, I'm everything you said, I'm going through right now, man. So pray for me beforehand, man. And this week has been freaking hell on wheels. Even with my business, man, I got a big thing going on right now where I'm trying to land this contract, and it's so much different intangibles you got to have. Like, I got insurance. When you're a commercial trucker, you have to have 2 million and cargo 1 million on your truck, and I got all that stuff. But I'm trying to do this contract with Lowe's, and it's asking for a different set of insurance. So it's a lot of different things I got going on, man. But it's a contract that's a business builder. Be honest with you, it's a contract where I could be pulling in $20,000 a month, and right now, as broken, fucked up as I am, I need that, man. I need that, man. You know what I'm saying? And just like I say, man, you guys pray with me, man. Help me get through this shit, man, because it's crazy as hell what's going on right now. Bro B1 Kenobi says, definitely appreciate your transparency and your openness, brother. The positive message you provide is inspiring. Hey, appreciate that, man, bro. Appreciate that. But, man, what I want to talk about tonight, man, I just really had to get the real shit out the way and let you know, man, what's going on with me. But I want to talk about NYCC. We'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll talk about the sub teams. I think it said Mython was talking about the sub teams. Yes, Mython said, did you say what sub team was your favorite, or did I miss it? All of Tiger Force and Python Patrol. Yeah, I seen that earlier too, Mython. You said you like Tiger Force. My favorite sub team right now, I'm feeling this Night Force, man, but I think Dreadnoks is the best sub team really right now. Greg Archer, spiritual warfare is real. It is real, man. I'm glad you can connect with me on that. You know some of the lingo I be talking about, man, because I'm not a fronter. You know, so I think those days are over with as far as a new generation of church, because we all know it. You could probably have, like back in the day, an aunt and uncle, they go to church and they'll put on this big ass front like everything is fucking A-okay, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? We are regular people, man. When we leave that church, that's when it's really fucking on. It's on and popping after that, because you got the rest of the week. That church is like 2 or 3 hours of, a message, what you really should be getting. But the real war begins motherfucking Monday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, man. Somebody said, Paul says, I'm hitting up the Vancouver Comic and Toy Show next weekend, 400 plus tables. That sounds amazing. I wish I was at New York Comic Con. I'm going to try to make that next year. I always want to go to San Diego, but I live on the East Coast. I think New York Comic Con would be my home, man. I love New York City, and you pretty much get the same effect and the same, ordeal going to New York Comic Con. It look like it's a blast up there this weekend. Trying to read some of these comments you guys got up here. Chad Kilson says, just finished up a 6-week Zoom course on spiritual warfare with my church. Boy, this shit real, boy. And I'm trying to tell you, man, this shit's so crazy, all this stuff going on. Like, when I left out the house not too long ago to fill up the truck with diesel, man, I put my damn gun in my pocket. I said, it could happen next? What's next, yo? Will it be an attack on my life? You know what I'm saying? So it just had you thinking like that. Right now in my life, yo, it's like World War II. I'm fighting wars on different fronts. You know what I'm saying? There's different theaters, big battles going on too. Like just like World War II, we got a Eastern front, we got a Western front in Europe, we even got a Southern front. We're gonna come up through Africa, and then we got a whole nother theater in the Pacific that's pretty much its own show within itself, and that's what's going on. Financially, I'm being attacked. My family's being attacked. My business is being attacked. Like when I went to go fill up diesel just now, man, like I seen like some oil leaking up under my truck. It's not a huge leak, but it's something where I got to get up under there tomorrow, man, and see what's going on, man. So I got a huge theater I'm fighting, bro. But I'm a soldier, and I'm a gangster. I can handle this shit. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep soldiering on. It's either a fight or flight, and I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Just like World War II. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This shit is huge. We gotta go to war. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, many lives will be lost. You know what I'm saying? And it's a situation like that. Like if you don't fight, lives will be lost, and if you do fight, lives will be lost. But I'm a fighter, and I'd rather go out fighting, man. I'm trying to fight for my marriage. You know what I'm saying? Fight for my business. Fight for my home life, man. But whatever situation pans out at the end of this, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep soldiering on because I have no choice. I have no choice to do that, man. Hustle says, real good energy in here right now. We will all be tested. When times get hard, God don't walk with me. He carried me. I said, and that was one of the things I said, you know what I'm saying? And when I barely missed my uncle's little live call, man. You know, I basically went back to that 2 and 1 footprint in the sand when God carried me. You know what? Situations is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I pray for strength. You know what I'm saying, through it all. To be quite honest with you, man, I could be sitting up here crying right now, which I'm not a crybaby type guy. You know what I'm saying? I deal with problems as they come because after this is over with, there's going to be more problems, man. But I will tell you this, in the past 2 years, this is the most I've ever dealt with problem after problem after problem after problem. And I'm just on the brink of trying to make something happen, man. And, it's just like I'm not going to make it, man, but I know I will. And I'll get into a smaller thing, man. We'll get into a happier subject of talking about toys, but just like a situation with my wife, she was flipping on me. She's like, you're gone all night and then all day and then you sleep. But it's like I'm going out partying, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been out partying in years, you know what I'm saying? Because before we had our children, I was like on some gangster Henry Hill shit. I come on drunk in the motherfucker, laughing high, she bitching at me, throwing shit at me, and I did not care, you know what I'm saying? But I changed all that, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm out, I had to do a replay back. I'm like, yo, I'm out. Like, let's do a timeline here. Like, I left this house at 11 o'clock last night to work, okay? 7 a.m. I was done with Amazon, but then I had another job set up in the morning to where I had to deliver for a dog food place. So I didn't get back home to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you bitching because I want to go to sleep? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what is going on? Why is the enemy attacking your mind like that, man? So you know how women can be, man. It's just like, you know, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Mython says, you are one of the hardest working people I have seen. I know you handle your business and all these prayer words will get back spiritually. Hey, appreciate that, man. Herb says, humility goes a long way. When I learned to be humble, my life turned around. I was living wrong and God humbled me and I saw the light. Yeah, man. I live in humility, man. I don't care. Like, I don't care, telling y'all about this. Like I said, I ain't gonna tell you everything, but this is the large meat and potatoes is what's going on, man. And this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, all this shit started really, really kicking in, man, after I prayed for this channel, man, the other night, man. And it shows you, man, the enemy be out to try to take you out, man. Same time says, how's everything, my man? You doing better than the last time? Not really. Shit got worse, man. But we gonna make it, though. We gonna make it. Greg Archer says, that's why I'm divorced, brother. I don't, to be keep it honest with you, keep it A100 with you, man. I don't know with the situation because we had a few things going on. Like, I'm not cheating. I don't do anything. And she even she's like, something's going on. I'm like, the fuck? I don't even have time to fuck off on a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? And the way shit going right now, shit, I don't even really want to mess with her. I'm just trying to get my business together and take care of everybody, and you, including my girls. And that's about it, man. Like, what's happening in the dark is always gonna come to the light. You know what I'm saying? The truth don't need no alibis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hustle says, buy her more champagne for the pain. Yeah, at the same time, all you can do is keep moving forward. Filet mignon helps too. Man, I done took my wife out to filet mignon. I'm like right now, like there's so much stuff going on. We have young children. I'm building a business and things like that. And she tries to work sparingly, so she don't understand. Like, it's this shit bigger than us, baby. This shit bigger than us. This shit bigger than me. This shit bigger than you. I feel like Nino right now. This shit bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been ate filet mignon. I've been and gave gifts and all this shit like that. Yo, you got to get over that, mom. You got to get over that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sitting here like I'm perfect, man, but I really believe the enemy is really attacking her mind, man. And I just gotta pray, man. We get through this. But even if we don't stick together, you know what I'm saying? I pray we could be the best of friends and raise our children in a healthy environment, because where it's at right now, I don't want to fall into that statistic of, you know how women can be, I don't fall into the bitter bitch type ordeal, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm a good dude, I'm a good father, you know what I'm saying? And you trying to hold me back from my children, like I'm a deadbeat and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit flies that way too, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely keep you guys updated, man. And like I say, continue to pray for me, man. The Book of Job. Yes, Jamie Lynn, that's exactly what I'm going through. Nigga, I'm about to lose all my shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like Job. I had to go on YouTube, and I already knew about Job, but just to have some comfort and peace. I was like, about 3 months ago, I was like, let me pull up Job, man, and read this shit. And Job went through some shit. If y'all don't know about the Book of Job, I'm glad you said that, brother. Y'all don't know about the Book of Job. Job lost everything. He was a very prominent man, kind of like, the situation like I'm going through, and he lost everything. He lost his children, he lost his business, he lost his livestock. And this is, Bible days, so livestock is like, pretty much your commodities and shit. And he was so fucked up, yo. He was fucked up for a minute, man. But God restored him. And just like Job, I found myself questioning things like, yo, what's going on here? Like, what is really going on? Do I deserve this? Because I'm trying to tell you, bro, I don't strike out a lot, but I've been striking out like crazy. You know what I'm saying? No matter how hard I work, no matter how hard I try to do things, it's inevitable. I'm a fall. I feel like that game where the ball be hitting the peg, doom. You think it's about to go, and then hit that last thing and just jump into the fucked up hole. And that's where things have been, man. So yeah, I definitely know about Job, and that's really what I'm going through. Like right now, I'm sitting in a fucking big empty ass house, big 2,000 square foot empty ass motherfucking crib right now. And I feel like I don't deserve this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is really going on here? Yeah. Job is a great story, man. When you're going through some shit. Yo, what's good with you, bro? Yeah, man, I'm trying to thrive. I'm trying to thrive, bro. But I'm trying to up here trying to put out a message, man, for people going through it. I'm actually going through it right now, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, man, I'm a soldier. You know what I'm saying. I hope you all right, man. You know what I'm saying. I seen your last couple of stories, man, months ago and shit, man, and I hope everything is all right with your family. Hey, same time, 23 years going and on 24, divorce no longer an option. Like I say, man, my wife is a Puerto Rican from Brooklyn, Brownsville at that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? At Brownsville, where it's real. And I'm a nigga from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Like, so we gonna go like that. So two things I said, Puerto Rican and Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So you know I got my motherfucking hands full, man. So my thing with my wife is, man, when we have our little situations and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be like that, but man, it got so rough today, man. I was like, look, I'm like, eh, we about to motherfucking kill each other, yo. We gonna have to have some time. We got to separate a little bit, man, because it's about to get ugly up in this motherfucker. Greg says mine was a cheater. I had to do it, and it's not a situation, man, where we're cheating on each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation we just going through it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's stemming other things, man. You know what I'm saying? Pressure bust pipes, but it also make diamonds too. So, you know, same time says God help those who help themselves, brother. Just keep hustling and things will work out their way. Man, I'm a firm believer. Be honest with you, like I said, I'm up here telling y'all what I go through, man. But like I said, man, I'm a tough son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm been through it all, be quite honest with you. And like I said, whatever situation how I may fall as far as my marital status, man, you know, that's gonna fall. I just try to make the best out of situations. Situation with the business, I got to keep powering on because I'm telling you, I've been going through a lot of shit and the business been, it's not even that shit been hit and miss. The money's there. It's just so many fucked up situations be happening to me. But at the same time, I'm still been able to pay the mortgage, still been able to pay the bills. Like my daughter was in private school last year. I'm still able to pay that. So when I sit up and I extract all the bullshit, I'm like, well, I'm going through so much bullshit, but I'm still managing to pay for everybody. And like my wife, like I said, she works sparingly because we have two young daughters. Somebody had to be here for one of them. I still managed to take care of everybody. I am the sole provider, even though shit is so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But that's the things I pull out of it. Yeah, BX. Yeah, communication is key, man. Communication is key. Unc says went through a breakup recently, had to seek a bunch of stuff, couldn't afford the crib and all that on the bounce back now. So I know how it go, Mike. Minor setback, major come up. Yeah, yeah, major comeback. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yep, same time I'm up to my neck. I'm up to my neck, man. Hey Zilla, what's good with you, man? Mython says relationships are hard at times. Been married now for 21 years and we go through phases, but always work things out by just talking things through. Ego can get in the way. So I think of he is greater than I. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man. And like I say, man, I just wanted to throw that out there at the beginning, man, because I just wanted to let you not guys know shit is real. Even though I prayed for people early on the channel this week, it shows how an attack can come on your life, man, out of fucking nowhere. It feels like everything falls apart, man. But like I said, I'm real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never sit up here in front like I got this and that going on. I'm always gonna be transparent and shit. I come from nothing. Shit, my daddy was on dope when I was young. My mom was on welfare. Those type of stories, you know what I'm saying? Which a lot of us can come from. So, like I said, I live in humility. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't nothing to me, man. But just wanted to throw that out there, man. Like I say, even though I'm going through all the shit I'm going through, I still manage to pray for everybody, man, and make sure all you guys are okay, man. Because be honest with you, we all live parallel lives. That's why we're here right now talking. Be quite honest with you. 19 years, same as Mython. And I'll get real quick on a relationship ordeal, man. I never really was in a serious relationship. I never really wanted to be in one when I was younger. Not necessarily I was a womanizer, but I was just a dude just kind of live free. And the situation with my wife, I've known my wife for like 15 plus years, and we've been together like 10. We've been married too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, going on two and a half, man. So it's a situation like, man, I love her to death, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a situation. It's gonna have to take it a day at a time, man, to be quite honest with you. Because I don't know. Shit is really looking real fucking murky right now, I'll tell you that. RK says, working 2 jobs, 5 courses, busting ass so my wife can be around more for our granddaughter and to relax. Sometimes no matter what the intentions and plans, you still get shit on by the partner. And that's kind of how like I'm feeling on like about that shit, man, because I'm like, yo, like what is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I can really really say, man, about that situation. Like I'm getting shitted on, and I don't even know why, man. I'm not cheating. Like I said, I had to bust down the points of like, damn, you talking about I'm out? She's like, yeah, at the house all night. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, like I went to the damn strip club or something. I'm like, I'm out here working, man. Like, come on, man. Let's get it together now, man. But man, like I said, man, just keep me in your prayers, man. Let's talk about some toys. And if you guys, if I see in the comments, you guys want to, say something that's on your heart, I will address it, man. But my whole ordeal here, like I said, I wasn't even gonna come on tonight. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna chill and just kind of get my thoughts together. But this is getting my thoughts together, fucking with my toys. And the fucked up part about it is, when they left earlier today, I just went and grabbed all my GI Joes, man, and put them up here, man, and started fucking around, man, and getting to a happy place, man. Unc says, what's really going on, fam? That Uncle Tim voice, that's what's up. Yeah, Hustle, the 22-inch Sentinel. I like it. But like the people have said it before I could even say it, man. It looks a little cartoony, which it is. It's mocked at the X-Men 97. And I'm thinking, like, will it fit into collection? But I know it will, because somebody else made a point that it looks like the 3 3/4 Sentinel, the ones that was on the card back that were like a 5 POA, 5 points of action. And I used them. If you guys seen the episode of the table, I was messing around with the HasLab Sentinel, and I had them kind of as the the do boys of that Sentinel. They look good, in the light, and those Sentinels look exactly like that, man. So I ain't gonna front. I ordered 5, and it's a good thing, man. The new format that they going to, which I believe, regardless of what you say, the HasLab laid out that format. Like, okay, they want big figures in Marvel Legends. You know what I'm saying? So the HasLabs are working. Now let's try these bigger figures, and let's put them up on a pre-order. And I think that's a great idea, especially for that. It has no lights or anything like that. You don't need all that. Those are the Sentinels you get down and get busy with. Because quite honest with you, I never wanted to army build the HasLab Sentinel. That shit has a lot of hardware going on with it. And what I was thinking earlier, I know some people were like, well, see, I told you, now they got it up for pre-order. That Sentinel is totally different from the HasLab Sentinel. The HasLab Sentinel has a lot of shit going on with it. It has a lot of attachments on it. It has a lot of different scope. Like I said, that Sentinel that they coming out with, man, is a little bit more dumbed down, shall I say. But it still looks good though. It's just the only problem is I think it looks a little bit cartoony, to be quite honest with you. Mython says, oh, I found a wrecking rig at my Ollie's, the town over from me. You inspired me. I want to make one with the Dreadnoks Thunder Machine colors. Man, that motherfucking wrecking rig is really the shit, to be quite honest with you. People haven't seen the one I painted up. I had one painted up here for GI Joe. Right here, man. I really like this one. This was clean right here. This is clean. I envisioned this to look like that, And, you know, with the camo. And the crazy thing about it, man, we had such a beautiful week this week. You know what I'm saying? I painted this up. Like, my wife cut out some cardboard for me to do the camouflage patterns. She was like, you know what? Because I was going to do a flat green with the American flag. She was like, you know what? Why don't you do a camouflage? I'm like, you know what? That would be good. And she's a great drawer. I said, why don't you draw up a camouflage symbol for me, cut it out, and I'll spray paint it. And this is what came out of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this beautiful ass truck, yo. Like this wrecking rig right here. Just gotta let you guys know I got several top 10 videos I'm gonna do at the end of the year. And we have enough 112 scale vehicles to do a top 5 or top 10. And this bad boy right here is definitely gonna be in it. But as you can see, I gave it to Bazooka. And who other better to drive this big rig than Bazooka? Steve-O, what's good? Steve-O 8080, what's good with you? Same time you say you don't like that price. The price to me is on the borderline of $175 of being almost overpriced. A lot of people are at $150. At $175, they still can get done. $120 would have been amazing. Okay, like I'll never argue about a cheaper price, but at $175 can get a skint. Yes, the R Striker is coming. Delays for classified line in 25, new subline, Crystal Ball. Yes, I don't know too much about Crystal Ball. I guess he came around the cesspool days when they would start fighting toxic, picking up trash and shit. Yeah, the delays on classified. The only thing a problem I had was that it's like, damn, Xandar might get delayed because they were talking about October 25 for him, which I thought was BS, but I really thought those guys were probably coming in January, but I don't know. I got a lot of G.I. Joe to catch up from this year. You know what I'm saying? I still have a bunch of figures I need to grab. But that R Striker should be pretty dope. And I got to thinking about it. It's going to look really dope beside the Vamp if you have the Gridiron Studios upgrades. That's going to look really, really good, man. RK says great therapy, Greg. Yeah, on the plastic therapy, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's always a good job. Hustle, the Hat Lab Sentinel is like 26 inches. So this one is just a little bit shorter. Now, it's got the height and it's got the girth. It's 10 inches wide from shoulder to shoulder. It just doesn't have all the sculpt and the lights and all that as the other HasLab. Greg Archer says the HasLab Sentinel has $175 worth in the paint job. Like I said, the HasLab Sentinel is totally different from this one. What I'm gonna do with that HasLab Sentinel, that's gonna be Master Ball, which I know a lot of people will probably thinking, you know, that's what they're gonna use it for. Appreciate that, Mython. Yes, Jamie Lynn. Yep, that 97 one is 22 inches. Man, same time, man, I hate how YouTube be hiding motherfuckers. I just seen your rig video that you did a month ago when you first got it. I just seen it the other day, man. Like, motherfuckers be, like, YouTube be on some shit, yo. They be throwing other motherfuckers up there and they're hiding people, man. I can't stand that shit. Greg Archer, you asked me, was Crystal Ball 88? I'm not too sure. I don't know too much about that guy. I know a lot of people be screaming for him and shit. Same time says all these drops got my wallet thin, man. Man, like I say, man, what I told y'all at the beginning of the year, man, like I let the game come to me. Like I said, if it's cool if the line is slowing down a little bit as far as shipping delays in 25, because I got a bunch of stuff I haven't picked up from this year yet. Says, how does the tractor look to the tractor supply pickup? They fit well. They fit well. You know, that tractor supply pickup, Jamie Lynn, is kind of tall, so I think they're the same height. I think last week I put them up there beside thing, but you know, everything's down in my basement, man. So I just got it up here now, but everything fits well. It fits right on in to everything that we're trying to do. Oh, so Crystal Ball was 87. Like, what the fuck does he do? Like, I don't know nothing about crystal ball. But as far as SDCC, I keep saying this shit. New York Comic Con, like a lot of good reveals. Like as far as GI Joe, everybody been screaming for Footloose, but I don't know. I didn't see a great reaction from the live stream on there. Everybody's like, they the only thing they did that. A lot of people saying they look like the dude from Mandalorian. RK says thought Crystal Ball was looking was cool looking as a kid. Sarge Collect says, what up, Savage? What up, Sarge? Hustle says, do you plan on getting Snake Eyes with the polar bear and Cobra Dive? You know I plan on getting that shit. And it goes back to what I was talking about with the animals. That polar bear solidifies the G.I. Joe Zoo. Okay, because that's basically what the hell is about to start going on. I wouldn't be surprised if they put a horse with Spirit in the future, which I've never seen Spirit ride a horse or anything like that. But being that they did a polar bear, which of course it comes from the very first series of G.I. Joe, but that shit is dope. A guy made a mention which was pretty cool. Like it's not as it doesn't look as big as a polar bear should look, but I'm cool with it. And be honest with you, I usually don't wish. Well, I mean, it's always good when you get cheap figures, but I wish nobody will buy that so he can get clearance and I can buy it. I can get an army of polar bears because I want to see it up with the white owl bear, man, and really start, getting deeper into my world building. Yes, Jamie Lynn. Yeah, as far as the pickup with the lift kit on it, yeah, it doesn't look bad. It fits right on in, man. Black Knight 710. What up, Savage? First time jumping on the stream. What up with you, family? I appreciate you stopping by, man. Yes, it also has a bear trap for Timber. A lot of people act like they don't care about the glowing hands effects with Snake Eyes, but he needs that. You know what I'm saying? He got really sick and shit from that. I'm surprised they didn't do the old man, the drifter that took care of him, man. But it just shows you, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't go as hard and gloat as hard as like, yo, G.I. Joe is king, but to me, that shit's still king. Because there wasn't a lot of releases, upcoming things they showed yesterday, but they were all still solid. Like I'm not too big on Footloose, but I thought he looked good. They like I said, they said he looked like the Mandalorian, and he does too. Because I remember when the Mandalorian, when you first seen when he took his helmet off on that show, and I was like, damn, he's an ugly motherfucker. The Pale Pascal, whatever his name is, man. But I wouldn't necessarily say he was ugly, but I didn't expect him to look like that when they took that helmet off of him. And the figure looks good, man. It's nothing like on my major radar. Cause like I said, a lot of those guys from the 83 to like 87, that's really not me. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 83. A lot of the guys I can relate to is 88, 87, 89. Really 88, 89, 90. That's because I'm like 5 or 6 years old around that time. So, Snake Eyes version 2, Snake Eyes version 3, which they were going that. Now that's my Snake Eyes. Like that's the Snake Eyes I brought in the store, the black and blue Snake Eyes. Version 2 Storm Shadow is my Storm Shadow. Like the white one, I'd never even seen that in real life when I was a kid, because I might have, but he was long gone off the shelves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dealing with those type of individuals, man. Road Pig, who like came out like 88, like my older brother had him. Yeah, I can only imagine how many polar bears Woody 22 is gonna get too, man. But I want several of them. I want like 4 or 5 of them joints. Who else they came out? Oh, you were talking about the Cobra Playset, which is pretty dope, man. I'm trying to figure out how much it's gonna cost. I ain't gonna front, man, because they did what was the HMS or the SMS? That was like $75. I could see it being in that range. I wish it was 50 though, to be quite honest with you, because it's something that you're supposed to army build. You can stack them or put them side by side. So to make a nice, decent, like looking joint, you need like 5 of them joints for a nice bunker or barricade. And that's pretty much what it is. It's I wouldn't necessarily say it's a pillbox, but it's like a bunker and shit. Yes, and that's one of my snake eyes too. Same time with the knives on his chest. You know what I'm saying? Like the first snake eyes, I didn't get a chance to to have that. Hustle says G.I. Joe Zoo is undefeated. I almost brought some Figma horses, but I have feeling horses coming to classified soon. Yeah, and if they don't, there are a lot of good horse options out there. As far as what's that company? The Four Horsemen, not Four Horsemen. Is it them that do that figure obscure? The people who make that line, they got some good horses. McFarlane horses are okay. They just can't stand worth shit. Their feet, their hooves are too small. I don't know. Same time, $45. Which look, if it is that shit, I hope so. But I'm just thinking of the HMS, man. That shit had less. They charged $75 on that, man. So I don't know. But they need to make a decent price, man, so we're able to do some things with that. I wouldn't mind getting and testing out Four Horsemen. That's who make them joints. Testing out that new Storm Shadow. Like I said, the only thing I don't like is that right there. Why the fuck did they do that? I hate that they did that. But it's something that I really could get past. I still think he's okay. The only reason I was unsure about him when they first showed him back in May, I was like, he looked like he can't even move. He got all that web gear on, but whoever does the G.I. Joe photos, damn sure show he can move. And from what I've seen from reviews on him, he can move. He can move. He can definitely move. Let me see who else. So they had Footloose, Black and Blue Snake Eyes was shown. First appearance Snake Eyes, cartoon Snake Eyes was shown. Who else? Rock and Roll. Which it makes me, man. I wish I would have got another Rock and Roll with the tattoos, man. Hopefully he'll come back around, but he's expensive now. But I do want that green, that green Rock and Roll, so he can look right in the original 13. But he just don't have those tattoos and shit. But I still like him. Mindbender, of course, they put the insignia on the back, which was a great marketing tool. To be quite honest with you, we got marketed tool to fuck up on that one. Which I'll definitely get that. I like that. Even if I don't get a loose with the retro card backs, that's my new men on card collection now. I don't really collect men on card box, but retro card, I'm definitely down for a men on card of that one. Oh, and the Viper. The Viper's not bad. That might be one I just might get a retro card on because I have so many different incarnations of the Vipers. And I'm not mad that they made different colorways of the Vipers because it helps me section them off. You know what I'm saying? I got different Vipers for different things. Same time says it does have a lot of stuff, but if they want us to army build it, it can't be too much. And you are correct on that. If it's their first attempt at a battleground set, it'll set a precedent. And you're right. And lately they haven't really been doing stupid stuff. So if they want to get smart like Maxwell, they need to make that at a good decent price. And I 50 and below, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, a figure already costs 25. So you really trying to think, what are they going to charge for the rest of the fodder that they have in there? Redland pinching off a low watching this. I'm glad you're watching, man. Get your shit on, my man. Greg Archer says I'm gonna start hitting Walmart looking for that Storm Shadow version 2 and Alpine Hardcore. It's very sparingly that I see waves in Walmart, but they do show up. Chad says that new Joe wave has also been found in Kentucky. Looks like they changed it. Greg, looks like they changed up the boots on the Alley Viper. Hopefully so he can better stand. Because I love my Alley Vipers. The orange and blue Alley Vipers are one of my favorite army builders. Just because I had it as a kid. So that shows you the era that I kind of came up in. That late 80s early 90s. That's when that Alley Viper was out, but they can't stand worth shit, man. I hate that. Yeah, same time says I only have a few Vipers, so I'm all in on this one. And the thing about the Vipers is I'm just not crazy over them because I have the Cobra Island Viper. That's like my number one Viper right there. That's the Viper leader because he's got that dark navy blue, just like the original Troopers. And then the rest, just kind of goes on through the 3-pack and whatever other Vipers they came out with. I believe Python Patrol and all that. This one right here looks like it's not matching up with the Cobra Island one. It's a little bit more red, vibrant, but it is original colorway. Yeah, I think that's with everybody, man. Their ankles are funny. They have a ratchet where it's like, those ratchets where, okay, it's up like this, and then you got to go like that, and then it's down like that. You can never find a median to get those Alley Vipers to stand. And then they got the catcher, the back catcher fucking shin guards and shit. So it's really kind of a mess when it comes to their legs. So it's a lot of vanilla standing that I have to do with them. Yes, sleeveless with the red vest. Yep. Mython says, I'm excited for the Iron Grenadier bats. They look so fire. I'm gonna tell y'all something about the Iron Grenadiers. That's I see a lot of people are gravitated towards them because that was like one of their favorite army builders, but I have no desire to get any of those because that's I guess around the time of the Deep cartoon, which ironically that's my era too, because that's the G.I. Joe I used to watch before I went to school in 1st and 2nd grade. That got to get tough. Yo, Joe, I remember that shit like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But I have no attachment to those guys, man, to be quite honest with you. Those bats are just like the snow bats, so they are wonderful bats. Those are the best bats. And Jukebox, if you in here, I'll salute you every fucking day, man, for sending those over to me, man, because I was like, damn, yo, these shit is fire. Like, where are they at, though? RK says, my dealer has my IG patch for me. Gotta grab them this week. Greg Archer said, it looks so different than the OG Iron Grenadier. Yeah, man. I don't plan on really getting any of those, man. If I find them on sale, I'll probably get them. Because I'm at a special place in Classified where I'm kind of like fulfilled. So I cherry pick. I have a nice size army, you know what I'm saying? So I cherry pick on my army builders now too. Like the only big army builder I'm probably gonna get is Saw Viper. Now I do want like 20 of those. But I haven't done anything like that in a minute, man, to be quite honest with you, where I bought a large scale of army builders. So who else, fellas? So there was Retro Rock and Roll, Retro Mindbender. We had Footloose, both the Snake Eyes, Trench Viper. That might have been it because it wasn't a lot. If I missed somebody, I wanted to just let me know. But that was pretty much it. As far as because there's been a lot of stuff that's came out. That's been previewed. But I've only been interested in what G.I. Joe had going on and seeing what Marvel Legends had going on, and that was, like I said, the Sentinel. Which the Sentinel. For 175, they could have put some tentacles in there. Now, does it have to be as big, as thick as the HasLab? No, because the HasLab, you could probably fucking whip somebody's ass with those. But they could make some because they put tentacles with the Builder figure from like Toy Biz days, and those weren't big at all, but they were still bendy wire tentacles. So I think they missed Mark with kind of loading us up with a few more things with that. Yes, Darkland name drop. I don't know shit about him either, and that's why I forgot about him. Greg Archer. Oh yeah, okay. I seen the next man. He like I don't know anything about him either, man. But he looks like he's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's getting into an era of it's a hard line. We got motherfuckers that making from the original 13, the early years, and then they're on the other opposite end where they're making it where the line was faltering out. Okay, so we're at two opposite spectrums here, which is cool. Yeah, same time They always come with tentacles. Greg Archer said that the R striker. Yeah, we talked about that. I'm definitely grabbing one of them. And from the way they've been moving, don't play a game. At least grab you one, because that's what I did. Damn, fly keep flying in here. And that's what happened with the vamp, man. Like, just go and put you one, man. Go and put you one and bite the bullet. And I'm glad I did with my vamp. So Flash is one of the earlier guys. Okay, so Flash. So I mean, same time, like for you, all you guys that's a little bit older than me, they gonna get you guys made, but they gonna spread that shit thin. They want to keep you in. Yes, Crankcase. He came with the R striker. He was the R striker driver. Sometimes I get him and Clutch confused. 2Cs, and they're both drivers of those, not necessarily same vehicles, but those intermediate vehicles. NECA makes so much TMT hustle, man. Like I lost track of that shit a long time ago, and that's when I was talking with you guys on the live stream a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to figure out another line that makes TMNT. I was saying, who was it? NECA, Super 7, Playmates, and BXST, whatever that name is. But then I was like, there's one more, but it ain't one more. NECA has 3 different fucking divisions of TMNT. You got comic, cartoon, and movie. And I was trying to think, I'm like, damn, is there one more too? But with those 3 different divisions within NECA alone, it's almost like 3 different companies is making them shits. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up on some comments. Is here. Lunchbox Killer says, I say it's gonna be the Thunder Machine. I was watching ACBA podcast, and I ain't watched them in a minute with Boog and them, but they were saying that too, and I was like, nah. I say it look like an R striker, just the way it looks, but if it's not either one, it's gonna be one, and then that other one is coming soon, because it's kind of bubbling up to the top for those vehicles to be made. Like, really, be honest with you, I'm surprised R striker wasn't really made before a vamp, which a vamp is more iconic, but you would think an R striker would be something to go and get on out there, and then we'll give them a vamp. But I'm glad they made the vamp. But I don't know, man. To me, it looks like an R striker just from the tires and shit, those knobby tires. But that Thunder Machine, that Thunder Machine is a beefy, almost kind of like Beverly Hillbillies looking fucking car, like some stacked on type shit. But I don't never remember the tires being that knobby. But then I'm not like I'm like a expert in the fucking Thunder Machine either. Same time, I like Rock and Roll now, Olive Green too. Rock and Roll is a rock star, to be honest with you. So either one that you choose, whether he's tatted up or without without the tats and the green olive, he's going to be a great character because he has a great buck and he has a great face sculpt and he has great hair. And that's a fucking rock star right there. I mean, what else could you give him? The crazy part about it is I knew he wasn't coming with them tattoos before I seen it. So about a week and a half ago, I said, yo, let me fall back and grab an old Rock and Roll with the tats on him and shit. And that motherfucker's up to $50 now. So hopefully I can come back across him again, because I want a couple of more of those Rock and Roll with tats so I can do some things. Black Knight says, Savage, you got any old school turtle vehicles for your Joes? Actually, I do. And I'm going to tell you what I do have. I have the, the drill that, this is Playmates, 80 shit, that goes through the ground. About 4 years ago, I bought like 2 of those for like $20 a piece because they didn't have like the glass over it. Like, that was my favorite turtle vehicle. Like 4 or 5 years ago when I was crazy as fuck like Woody and buying up every fucking thing I wanted, I brought that vehicle almost mint. The only thing I'm missing is the little knobs that go around the drill of the front of the and if anybody knows the name of that turtle vehicle, please let me know. Because those are pieces that fell off. So I paid like $120 for that, but it's got the glass dome over it and everything. It's got all its missiles and all that. The only thing is missing is the pieces that go around the drill. But then, when you look on eBay, you start seeing the stripped down versions. And I said, you know what? This vehicle could be the same vehicle, because Cobra Commander and them use some shit like that too to drill through shit. but I just never got around to paint it up. Like I even brought my Fortnite boat up here to paint up because I'm like, shit, I only got an empty house the next couple of days. I might as well keep myself busy when I have free time. This shit happens every time. This is the alarm that goes off, y'all, to let me know, like, to wake up if I do go to sleep, to go take my ass to Amazon. Because it'd be scary. Like sometimes, like I work at so much, and then I don't like really sleep. Like I don't want to miss like going to go get my load and shit, man. So yes, those vehicles I with intentions for using it for classified back in 2020. I brought like 2 of those old school turtle vehicles. Mezco, but pricey, of course. Jamie Lynn says BST action. You must be talking to somebody else. Gonzo, what's going on with you? Yes, Mezco has turtles too. They're expensive as hell. Best action is loyal subjects. Yeah, I like that line right there. I'm not really into it, but I thought they were one and the same. Toy Odyssey says the R Striker is fire. It should be a classified. Do it. RK, peace out, fam. I appreciate you stopping in, man. Kerry Walker, yo, happy birthday to your brother, man. You say he likes the content. I appreciate you guys checking us out. Mutant module, Jamie Lynn. That sounds like something the Turtles would drive. That mutant module, but that's what it is. Cause GI Joe, Cobra Commander rides in one, and it looks just like that same turtle vehicle, which technically would never ever fucking work. Yo, you'd be caved in the ground. The ground would fall in and collapse on you, but. Like I said, I have like 2 stripped down ones of those, and I wanted to paint them up navy blue and make them for Cobra, to be quite honest with you. Because I don't know if classified would ever go that deep and make that vehicle, because it's a vehicle that's used sparingly. It's not a prominent vehicle when Cobra Commander gets in that and they start drilling through the ground. Happy birthday, huge ass. Black Knight said it's called mutant module. Okay, yeah. So whenever they come from the Dimension X and all that shit, and they want to go to the surface, which is highly fucking impossible to do that. But yes, I do, man. And it's a great idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's the Playmates line, so it's 4-inch turtles. But even with GI Joe, I think theirs don't even have a top, like really, like it doesn't have the glass over it like how turtles do. So I don't even know how the fuck they do that, yo. Like riding through the ground and it's drilling up, like, and they come up clean with no dirt in that shit or nothing. DeAudrey, I know you bullshitting, but I'm gonna answer. It says you like Trump. I know you do. It's not necessarily an answer if I like Trump. I don't really care too much for Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the best decision I could make for this country and what it's going to do? And I don't mind talking politics. I'm really leaning towards Kamala right now with her voice. She sounds like she has a dick in her throat every time she talks. This is Kamala Harris. But, Trump's... People was talking about Trump is probably going to be more for business. I think he's more for billionaires, and Trump is more for himself. Now, a lot of people call him like a racist or whatnot. I don't think that's his main MO, but I don't put it past that motherfucker, because I've read up on Trump. And if any of you haven't read the book of The Art of the Deal, it'll show you a lot of insights to Trump. What Trump is about using whatever he can use at the time to make whatever he needs going on. He don't give a fuck about nobody really but himself. So when I seen pictures of him on his first campaign and he's on his little flight and he's looking back with a box of KFC and shit, that's just to get motherfucking Southern white to vote for him like he's a everyday working guy. He don't give a fuck about you. Okay, and he doesn't eat KFC. That's a motherfucker who eats filet mignon. Okay, so I just don't trust him. And like I said, as far as Kamala, she's with this past administration that I don't know how much she had to do with the inflation and all that, but as far as what she's talking about for deals for middle class, even though I'm a business owner and most business owners will be like they're gonna go with Trump, I really don't think he's gonna go for have anything that really. I'm middle class right now. I'm a business owner, but I'm not fucking rich, and I'm not a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So, like little questions like that can't throw me off, son. At the end of the day, God has control of everything. That's who I vote for, because it doesn't matter who's gonna be in office, as long as, like we say in church, we all know who's on the throne. You know what I'm saying? So it really don't matter, fam. I don't know if I have an extra Zartan hustle. I don't know if I have it. I think you asked me that before. I don't know if I have an extra one. That's something I really have to go through. So keep them on ice. Because I do plan on going through my collection. I'm trying to get some stuff up on eBay for the holiday season come for people looking for stuff. So keep them on ice, because I do want another rock roll. I really regret not going to go search for him last year when he was on sale and shit like that. Greg Archer, yeah, and it's always been like that. Lesser of two evils, man. And lesser of two evils, man. I'm not a politics motherfucker, man, but I do understand politics, and I find myself a highly educated man because I do read a lot and I do insight on people. But The Art of the Deal is actually a good book. It's actually pretty funny, yo, because that motherfucker a trip, man. But Trump is the type of motherfucker. He had did something where he wanted people to move out of an apartment building that he was trying to buy in New York City in the 80s. So he kept doing shit like stalling the people out, where the people end up like kind of like getting fucked over. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of ordeal he's got going on, man. He don't give a fuck about nobody. So, at the same time, I can't handle 4 more years of higher prices. They're talking about, but she's talking about trying to bring down those prices, of food cut and all that, and that. So, like I said, that and those prices are hurting the middle class, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. At first, I was leaning. About a month ago, I was leaning towards Trump. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I go to who I think. But see, the thing is, I think Trump has been out of my mind so long that I forgot. You're like he ain't really hitting on too much of shit. He ain't really hitting on shit, to be quite honest with you. When he was in office, I think probably about the biggest thing he probably did was probably pardon some people, which I think that was some good favor shit on the way out the door. And he handed out them stimulus checks. But at the same time, I think that's what the fuck we paying for now, them goddamn stimulus checks that got handed out. But at the same time, I think, damn, no pun intended, same time. I didn't mean to say it like that, but I think they have really overcharged from goddamn stimulus check. That wasn't number like $1,200. I think I got 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got y'all bread back, yo. Y'all doing us wrong, yo. Black Knight says, I got 2 battle shell armor attack trucks, thinking about using 1 or more for my dreadnoughts. No doubt. 2 heads of the same snake. Yes, because it's all government. It's all government. They all deal with each other. I believe that too, Greg Archer. Like I said, she doesn't have a lot to convince me, but like I said, it's like one of the shits, like 2 of the lesser evils. You know what I'm saying? I noticed one thing too. She was like, I seen in the debate, she was kind of like dodging some questions and shit. You know what I'm saying? She's a question dodger. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why a lot of people like Trump, because he's not a question dodger, but he'll answer questions. But sometimes the shit he says is like far fetched. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck, yo? Like, he didn't answer the question. He just really said some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Sadaldo, what's going on, man? Collect the soldier. What up? Stop for a second. Was editing and uploading the video and saw you in live mode, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Even if you just say what's up real quick, or even if you ever stop there, man, and they never say shit, man. Because sometimes I stop in on a lot of lives. I don't never say shit. I just want to see what's up with my peoples and, making sure they all right. Jamie Land, I don't like the wrecking motorcycle. I have enough kind of like official choppers from the Punisher bike that I brought. So the wrecking bike, the 6'4", all that shit looks a little too like over the top for me. And the crazy thing about it was, in Ross last week, I seen the Bigfoot truck that they got, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that shit, yo. It's too toyetic. That rig it's a little toyetic, but not as toyetic as those vehicles, like the undercarriage of those vehicles. There's no way I can make that look a little bit more realistic. Gonzo says, I'm broke middle class and I'm about safety. When the doors are closed and the president's behind the closed doors negotiating, who do I want negotiating with these countries? And that's the thing too, though, Gonzo. Like, I don't know, man, because I believe Trump is in cahoots with Russia and shit. So this is the most fucked up election ever, yo. Because I be honest with you, I wouldn't vote for neither one of them motherfuckers, but I am going to do my duty and vote. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe either one of them are qualified enough. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit that Trump did, that last thing, man. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I know, and I ain't even trying to be funny, like, more right-wing white Americans did not like those riots. So the truth, to show them, like, oh, you want to riot, motherfucker? We're going to storm the Capitol. But that's bad business right there. That's worse than fucking stores with merchandise that can be replaced. You just went inside the fucking Capitol and you incited that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You threw rocks and you hit hands on that shit, man. You told those people to go over there. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it A1000 with y'all. If it was a bunch of black people, there'll be 200 niggas out there shot and dead immediately. You know what I'm saying? Shot out the fucking gate, and their white abettors too will be shot too, because in those last riots, it was black and white people out there supporting, each other. You know what I'm saying? If it was a mass amount of black people, they'd be shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shows like a country kind of going out of control, even though the last riot, they were not right. You know what I'm saying? But when you go up in a Capitol building, and that's no bueno. Greg Archer says she has to go off script. That's why. I feel you on that one. Roll Keeper, what's good with you? So Daldo, that was the other thing. So Daldo says, pull the trigger on the Ghostbuster HasLab Deluxe Edition and 2 Sentinels while it is dry. That's what's up, man. But so Daldo, with the Sentinels, you don't have to pay for those until next year. Like they're like a true pre-order. It's not like a HasLab. So you got a whole year to pay that $350 for your Sentinels. And as far as the Ghostbuster joint in December, you'll have to pay for that. Now, if I had money like that, and because it's a 1/12 scale vehicle, and it's a fucking it's the Ghostbusters Echo joint, man, I would grab that. But this is not one of them times where I can just grab extra shit like that. But it is a good looking HasLab. And I think it has everything that you need from part 1 and part 2. Then it comes with figures. I think it ranges from $325 to $400. So it gives you 2 different options. So I ain't tripping on that. What I am tripping on, like, all the motherfuckers screaming when the end of the Avengers, like, oh my God, this is overpriced, but it doesn't have that Marvel Legends name on it. And that's really all what that was fucking about, to be quite honest with you, man. But I think it's a great vehicle. I think it's a great offering, man. And anybody who wants to grab it, man, yo, grab that shit, yo. Jamie Lynn says, I'm trying to get some bikes for these. Jamie Lynn says, I'm trying to get some bikes for these Dreadnoughts. I'm looking at the Marvel bikes on eBay. I think they run about 60. Jamie, they're solid. They're solid, man. If you want to grab one, I would suggest grabbing one. People put their tax on it, man, but that's how the game go. But those Punisher bikes, with some fucking solid bikes, man, those were fucking terrific, man. They did a great job. I wish I had my YouTube channel back in 2020, because when I started 2021, I would have told you guys about those shits, like, because I had brought a couple for like $22, $25. I would tell you, like, yo, hop on these shits, they're gonna go up. Grab these shits, these are good choppers right here. Grab as many as you can, man, and lo and behold, they're like almost 3 times as much. But do some searching, man, on there. I seen a Hell Cycle, a Mezco Hell Cycle up there for $90. I want to get one more of those. I thought about getting another red one, but I want to get the original one from a year ago. I seen one of those up there for like $90, man. I want to grab one of those for my Dreadnoughts and shit. Then I think I'll be good on them bikes. Greg Archer says, look at the death metal cycle of DC Multiverse. I have one of those. I think those are for more your bigger, taller characters, but they definitely look good with 1/12 scale. Gonzo says, that is so true. This is a messed up situation. I believe you're talking about the storm in the Capitol building. Yeah, it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. Greg Archer said, it's great for Road Pig. Yes, that death metal cycle is a good bike for Road Pig. Hustle says, what do you think about the Undertaker motorcycle? That's the bike we was talking about. That's the wrecking bike. Is it? Yeah, was that a wrecking bike? Yeah. To me, it's a little bit too toyetic, but it's a bigger bike. And anything that comes out of that McFarlane, anything that comes from McFarlane or the WWE joint, because those are 7-inch scale. Those are 1/10 scale vehicles. So your bigger 1/12 scale characters will fit right in on them, man. Some of those DC bikes can be a little too big. I'm thinking like the regular bike from the Batman series. But like I said, you have to get like some bigger characters to go on them to make them look right. Rip and Dip says Bret Hart or Sting. I don't know what you mean by that, or you asked me which one I like more. But I was always a great Bret Hart fan, but Sting was the man in the late 80s, early. That's my time of wrestling. Like, it's crazy, like all this shit kind of coincide. Like the same time I was playing with 3 3/4 inch Joes, that's about the most I've ever watched of wrestling. That late 80s, early 90s. I'm from wrestling country, like especially WCW. So Sting was the fucking man. Like you could not find a person that say they did not like Sting. As far as Bret Hart, that's a 50-50 thing. Some people like Bret Hart, some people don't. No, I say 75-25. I think Bret Hart has a more favorable poll of people like him. But Bret Hart is my motherfucking man. I love Bret Hart. Yesterday, so Daldo says yesterday came the Delta Red from Monster Force. Haven't opened yet, but the box and presentation is good. My Van Helsing is in my big bad toy store pile of loot. I have that, and I picked up a fucking which I'm kicking myself for. Not kicking myself for getting it, but I'm kicking myself for not getting another snow job. Big Bad Toy Store had snow job for like $50. He stayed on Hasbro Post for a long time for $35, and it was a back burner figure. Like, yeah, I get him. Until one day I looked and he was gone. So I was like, I gotta get me another one of these guys. So I picked up a Snow Job. And Snow Job is one dope ass fucking action figure. Like I said on my Instagram, if you guys on my Instagram, why haven't they made a sub team of these when they're in their parkas? Because you know, whenever they go Arctic shit, they're all dressed like him, even the girls. So what a great Hasbro Pulse exclusive, man. With one of the best head sculpts in classified. Black Knight says, man, I grabbed those 1/12 choppers and dirt bikes back in the day from Target and TJ Maxx. Jamie Lynn says, I met Hacksaw Jim Duggan yesterday. Oh my God. That motherfucker come down and hit your ass with that board. It was on. And the crazy thing about it is, I don't know why they haven't made an Arctic sub team yet, because they kind of started an Arctic situation with Arctic Bats. Did they do? I think that was like, yeah, that was the only kind of Arctic Cobra Troopers they've done so far, man. But yeah, that late 80s, early 90s of wrestling is really right up my alley, to be quite honest with you, man. That's my era, you know what I'm saying? And I like the Attitude Era and shit like that. Like my older brother loves wrestling. My older brother Jamal, and he still watches it to this day. So whenever I have a question, especially when that Vince McMahon shit went down, I kind of asked him like, "Yo, what's going on there?" He told me all the insight of what was happening. But you know, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? The Attitude Era, but it's it's just really not my thing. But wrestling is so iconic, man. It falls right into the genre of superheroes, because you have people that are superheroes in the living flesh, to be quite honest with you. Especially around those areas when you guys who had jobs and shit, like a motherfucker come out as a trash man, or you had this dude, he's this and that, man. You know, it was a great theater of the mind, to be quite honest with you. But somebody, so the Ghostbuster, yeah, that was one of the things I was interested in. HasLab, I mean, the pre-order of the Sentinel, the Joe shit. What else? What else? What you guys know that popped up with New York Comic Con so far? Because I can't. I've been trying to jog my memory of some things that caught my attention. You know, I think Jamie Lynn, I think they're gonna probably end up doing a retro snow job and kind of drop a lot of that gear, which will be great because I believe that Pulse exclusive is done. Also I picked up this week which I was gonna do a review on it, man. But if you guys notice, like I don't really do too many more reviews of them. I'm just really trying to, like, if it really interests me, I'll do it. But I'm really, when I like take the time to do a figure on YouTube, man, I just want to have fun with that figure, man. I was gonna do something with him, but I tell you what, I will probably do. I'm definitely gonna do a subgroup video, and just so you guys can see. Definitely gonna do that. Let me move this over a little bit. Just kind of go through my subgroups and shit, man. Make one big video of that and probably rank them and see which one is the best subgroup. And there's some other things I wanted to do, man, but we'll see what's up, man. So Daldo says, sorry about that. So Daldo says, last thing since I have to bounce, those reveals from New York Comic Con were cool on Joe's. Footloose looked like Pascal. Yeah, we was talking about that. Dude from Mandalorian, laughing out loud. Take care, fam, and to all. Hey, so Daldo, man, appreciate you. So Daldo, he does all his content in Spanish, man. For all my Spanish-speaking people out there who are fluent in both languages, or you just don't understand English, please check his channel out. Soldado Coleccionista, and it's a soldier collector. Spent his time in the United States military. And he actually lived here in my hometown, Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, for a little bit. Any soldier you should know, you done came through Fort Bragg once or twice. But hey, salute to you, fam. I appreciate you stopping by. Hustle says, be nice if Hasbro stopped making ATVs and get us these Dreadnought cycles. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, because the ATVs have ran their course, even though they only done a little bit of them. And the bikes too. Those Ram cycles. At least 3 different colorways would be nice. You right, man. My Starduster arrived on Monday, Tuesday. Like I said, I could have did a review on him, man. Like, he's dope though. He's dope. I like him. Basically Duke. But I like the color palette. That's what I was gonna do with him. I wasn't gonna do basically I was gonna do a review with him, and you know how I do when I put him on my turntable, spin him around and just let you guys see the full beauty of both these figures and what's different about them. Basically, colorway, that's it. I almost believe they have the same head, man, but it is so hard to tell. Are they the same guy or not? And I don't think so. Yeah, his hair is different. So they do different head sculpt, different color palette, but other than that, Duke. Okay. When I do my top 10 of GI Joes, I'm already gonna tell you Duke. I ain't gonna say where Duke will be at, but Duke will be in it. But these will be treated as one figure. That's how much alike they are. You know what I'm saying? So whatever Duke falls in place at, Stardust will be right there with him. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see on that. Jamie Lynn, I don't speak Spanish, man. I always wanted to, man. I need to take the time out to learn it, man. To be quite honest with you. Can't wait for a classified Skyhawk. Toy Odyssey, man. I'm almost probably sure they're gonna do it. I took Spanish in high school, man. But me being the nigga that I am, I had this girl from Spain that sat in front of me. I was in 11th or 12th grade. No, I was in 12th and she was in 10th, yo, and she was in love with me. She just did all my fucking work, yo. So I always love Spanish women though, so I don't see why I haven't learned to speak Spanish, man. Tyler Delaire says, I need a real Cyclops visor, yellow, please, and thank you. Was that the original color of their visors? Let me see what color this one is. Yeah, this one's clear. This helmet always reminds me like a fucking baseball player or something. You know, it's just so fucking basic. But I just love the color palette on his. I just love his color palette. Period, man. You know what I'm saying? So once again, another solid figure. Well, and you know, when I started laying out these Joes, I know a lot of people complain about you know, repaints and shit and sub teams, but this is the most beautiful spread. I got it right here. Where's my starters cereal box? I would suggest you guys super glue this thing because it's not something you can fold and tuck in. I didn't want to tape it, so I super glued it, and it won't stick right away. You have to put some pressure on it, but I got it right here. It's right in the back of the package. You just punch it out. It's already keyed out. You just punch it out, yo. So yeah, I got it right here, Hustle. Stardust cereal box. Come on, you know I couldn't go without putting that together. But these repaints have helped me lay out my Joes, man. And if you watch my Instagram, you've seen like this is the best. Even though I'm not doing nothing, but this is the best. And I know I got the dreadnoughts here, but this is the best my Joes ever looked laid out beside each other. Because whenever I always just try to put them out, they just looked they look so ragtag and shit, man. I was like, damn. But what these different repaints and colorways do is help you assign your Joes to where they need to go. To be quite honest with you, just like really in the military. Okay, you good with computers, communications. I'm gonna get you with Starduster and the Steel Core. You know what I'm saying? Put you in a control room. This man right here, he's good with his hands, good with his guns. I'm gonna put you with Tiger Force, put you out in the woods some damn where. You know what I'm saying? So this is the best layout, man, that I ever did with my Joes, man. And it just really made me appreciate my repaints. And this is not making any excuse for them, you know what I'm saying, as far as my repaints and shit. It's because most of these figures are already on good bucks, but everybody has a nice, good assigned team here, man. And having them all laid out, you know what I'm saying, I'm saying the Dreadnoughts is the best subgroup. And and matter of fact, I'm gonna put them in close. I'm gonna get out of the camera a little bit, and so I can talk. But I don't know, man. It's just like once you start looking at these guys, like, and like I said earlier, and Greg Archer, you see I got my Beachhead up here now. He's in the upper brass where he belongs with his funky butt. He need to take a shower. And this Flint, we need a new Flint. Let me step that back a little bit so you guys can see. I'm sorry about that. We need a new Flint. But if you were around for this classified, you got to remember Flint came in the beginning. And when I seen him, I'm like, oh shit, Flint. But classified started stepping their game up more and more to the point where you was like, well, you know, the Flint started looking bad. But he still, right now, he still fits in. Now, that original Duke would not fit in with these guys. So, of course, this retro Duke is exactly what it need. I wouldn't dare put that other Duke in with these guys and call him upper brass. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great thing that they come out with a lot of they came out with a lot of retro cards. Of course, we got Hawk here, and then we got Big Sarge here. So we got an unofficial sub team of upper brass right here, man, which looks great. Everybody's on a great body. I know Flint is the only kind of out of place one, but he was kind of like on the way of change. He's kind of like the mark of change for classified, if you guys can remember. because he came like in the like the fourth wave or something like that. And this is when they started kind of to change gears, got rid of all the shiny gold shit, and was like, okay, these guys want more of a traditional line with just a little bit different things going on with them. And him, Lady J, they were kind of like the beginning of, okay, we starting trying to move in that direction. It says Beachhead is below Stalker. Hey, Jamie Lynn, that's really who kind of needs to be here. But you know they ain't gonna give no nigga his credit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even trying to be funny and shit. And I meant to put Stalker up here because really in the beginning, Stalker was really like a head guy and shit, man. So I just for my sake, I need to put Stalker in this upper brass of guys, man. So I'm gonna move on down, and we got the Dreadnoks here, which I gloated over the Dreadnoks last week. All of these guys are unique. All of these guys. Yes. I got Duke Jetpack up here, man. I'm trying to think in the retro. Did he come with one? I don't know. I might have jacked this from the Steel Core, but I just took it off his back because it makes their backs heavy and shit. But I've been fucking around with them all week. But yeah, so pretty much Dreadnoks here. The reason why these guys are number one to me because they're so unique, and they all have great bucks. Now they had their little flaws with the glasses and shit like that, but they're all great. To be quite honest with you, man, they're all great. This is the most unique, cohesive sub team, and I think that's a great way to put that. This is the most unique, cohesive sub team because they all just got this wild, flamboyant shit going on with them, man. And Zartan was around that time Flint came, and this buck still holds up. His face scope still holds up to this day, and he's been out 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the same for Flint. Like Flint face scope still really it's kind of below the times now. I mean, he looks good. Don't get it twisted, but he's kind of missing the bar on that. Where with this Zartan, you don't need to do shit else to him. To be quite honest with you, you can keep him just like how he is. And yeah, he's penniless too. He's penniless, so he's at the beginning of the change of that line. All right, so let's move down. And if you see my Instagram story, I'm pretty sure you guys seen me pretty much talk about him, but I really wanted to talk about him in depth here. Sarge's Marauders is the most cohesive sub team there is in G.I. Joe Classified, period, because they all have the same color palette and pattern. Okay, there's no other sub team besides Army Builders that has the more cohesive color palette, man. But that's not really what the sub team about, because an Army Builder is pretty much the same character. You got the same guy, but these all are different people assigned to a certain group, and these guys right here, that they're pretty much almost like an Army Builder as far as the way they match up, and I think they did a great job with them. And they're all solid figures. They all have solid bucks. This original barbecue figure, the red one, was a good figure. Lowlight was an awesome figure. Spirit was a great figure, and of course, Sarge was a great buck from the beginning. Yeah, Jay, I love the blue on the Marauders too. I'm wondering what was already beginning with Ross, because last year Ross and Ollie's was hitting too. Who said that? Black Knight. Legend Series. What's going on, family? Big Tony in the house. But yeah. So, which, hey, and that segues into I brought this barbecue Marauders at Ross last year for $5. So it definitely helped out. And I think I was preaching the message last year of, hey, don't let this guy get away from you. They're gonna pull his team out. People who've been rocking with my channel this whole time, you've seen that. You remember me saying like, hey, they about to start making his team, and I feel like they're gonna do it next year. I have no insight. I have no insider shit like that. Like I know those guys from England, they have all the inside shit. I don't even look at their shit like that, and that's nothing against them. or anything like that. I just can have a feeling when something's about to happen in his line because I'm so in tune with it. And lo and behold, they started bringing out these guys. But I would like to see more Marauders. I think Marauders has the best color palette of all these sub teams. Hustle says Dreadnought's best subgroup. It's up for any debate. If Kamala collects Dreadnought, she's got my vote. She's probably getting fucked by one of them. I'm just messing with you, man. But I mean it. Her voice sometimes annoys me. I'm like, yo, what's going on with her? Yo, she got a dick in her throat or something. Okay, so who we got? Okay, so Night Force is one of the more solid groups. If Dreadnoughts did not get their new additions this year, Night Force would be in charge. Oh, and that's what I want to talk about. So I got Flint. I mean, not Flint. This head scope, Punk with Toy said it, but this head scope could have easily been a new Flint. The Tiger Force Flint was a missed opportunity to get that man a new head scope, and then we'll get to Tiger Force. I'll talk about that. But damn, I keep calling Flint fucking Falcon. I'm sorry about that. But this Falcon here, man, he's tough. He's on one of my favorite bucks, which is the Outback buck, which Outback Rock and Roll has some of the most. I call their bucks the ultimate stud. Like, look at his arms. You know what I'm saying? You got arms like that, they gonna cream in their pants. Any woman that see you with some jacked up shit like that, they gonna cream for you. That shit gonna get real wet. But he has one of the better bucks, man, out of G.I. Joe Classified when it comes to a stud. But as far as all those guys together, man, as far as Jody Shooter, Coral is solid too. My right leg is kind of seized up on her. Like, I got to get in there and try to get her loosened up. But she's straight, though. Like, look at that beautiful green, black, and red. That is a great colorway to have all together, man. Look at that ass. Damn, is it flat? Oh, there, she got a little bump on that shit, too. Wow. Looks good, though. WS says Falcon like the blue Falcon. And Legend Series says, I missed out on that 2-pack, unfortunately. You know, Legend Series, that thing stayed up there, I think, all the way until about yesterday or the day before, man. Because to be honest with you, when the pack finally got here, I was like, you know what? I might want to pick up an extra one of these. And I went to Walmart and it sold out. I almost got a feeling that it might not come back up on Walmart, but it might come up on Pulse. Jay's Fig says, Night Force looks dope too. I hate the Shooter Fig though. Her skin looks orange to me. I was just about to pick it up. She kind of looks like Halle Berry to me, to be quite honest with you, man. Let me pick her up. I like the way I freaked mine though. It really wasn't too much. I put my man from the Atlanta Hawks, I put his Adidas on her. What is that boy named? Trey Young. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, what everybody did last year. I thought this ended up making it look better because I didn't like her hair. And I'm not trying to be funny, man, but I think a lot of times with action figure lines, they don't know how to do black people hair. Like, our hair is coarse. We could perm my shit out where it be like white people, or it could be rough and rugged like how it is. It's the basis of all things, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, Lady J is a white woman, but she doesn't look bad with her hair. You know what I'm saying? It actually kind of turned her into looking like Halle Berry. But I like Shooter. I think her skin looks okay. She has a red undertone. She's brown skin with a red undertone. Like, sometimes, like, when it gets real cold outside, because my mom is real light skinned, like, my skin will have a red undertone, man. I think she looks good. And just the way I put these shoes, and this shit is never coming off her. I just like it because I hated her fucking shoes. And I hated her hair. I hated that she had like I hated she had like fucking wallabies on and shit. Like, she had like some moccasins and shit. She had some Clarks on and shit. What the fuck she doing with some Clarks on? She needs some tennis shoes, man. So I like her. I actually like Shooter. I need to get another Shooter before she one day becomes missing too. You said she looks like Colombiana, like Zoe, I forgot her name. But yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, yeah. Gonzo says I'm a Shooter fan for sure. I got 3 of them Hollies. Yeah, Shooter actually surprised me. I didn't think I would like her much, and I swear to God, yo, it's because of the little bit of mods I did to her. So I'm like, yeah, she A1 right here. Cause I mean, like, that's like with any woman. You know what I'm saying? A girl can look good, but once she get her hair done right, and she might have her makeup right and her outfit looking good, like, you know what I'm saying? It'll really turn you on. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a man too. Like a guy who's unkept and shit. But once he get that motherfucking haircut, get his edge up and shit going or whatever going, it makes a difference, man. Hustle says Ross Joe price went up a bit. It's hard out here for us all. Bidenomics. Yes, you're right. It's a hell of a thing. Inflation on the money, shrinkflation on products. Oh. Yeah, yeah. 7.99 is still not bad. I know you're trying to be funny hustle. But yeah, no, they were at 5.99. Cause like I said, that's what I brought that Marauders barbecue at. 5.99, man. But still a great price. Yeah, the Lady J hair, man, make both sets without the hat and with the hat. I just like the hat look, yo. Like, that's fucking Halle Berry right there. Yo. That shit is fucking crazy, man. She actually fine as hell, yo. She look good and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's really, really right on my speed, like right there. I love light skinned women. Like red bones and down. Of course, we got Tunnel Rat, which was a great figure, Night Force joint. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I just like him with those goggles on and shit, man. But Night Force is a very nice unit. But I think the main thing about him, what I said is, there's not a bad figure in Night Force. There's not a figure where you be like, I don't know about him, because even Wolf, the Palmer Wolf, the Indian dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a solid figure right here, and he's a quote unquote army builder. And I think that the coolest thing I like about him is his helmet, like those lines on the side and shit. It reminds me of Michigan. University of Michigan, but the greens and yellow, it fit him nice. It really does, man. And his body feels good. He's a solid classified. You know what I'm saying? Like it just you just feel the quality in him, basically, man. Yeah, and it varies a little bit. It's not as on point as Marauders, but it's not as such off point as fucking Tiger Force. Tiger Force looks like throw up. You know what I'm saying? It's very hit and miss. I like Tiger Force though, but it could be very hit and miss. Gonzo says Black Series went up to $12.99 at Ross. Last year they were $5.99. And that's the stupid part of it. Like, out of all of it, you gonna hike Black Series up to that? I possibly wouldn't pay that much for that shit in the store at regular price. Oh, Jay's Fig, you say you originally from Michigan. That's what's up. Michigan Wolverines. Yeah, Michigan always been a very very, very storied program, especially with the Fab Five, Charles Woodson. Who else? There's a lot of good, great guys, of course, came out of Michigan. Shit, Brady. Tom Brady came out of Michigan, of course, though. But I mean, Brady was all right, but he wasn't as big as a phenomenon as course as he was in the NFL. And I got two Wolves. I got two Wolf Palmers, and the reason why I got two is so for when the Dragonfly come, I was kind of wanting to kind of quote unquote build. There we go, a little bit more lighter. I kind of quote unquote wanted to build a a little team for the Dragonfly. But this right here was a surprise hit to me. The Shockwave. Now I like the body that the original Shockwave is on, man. But this right here with this updated Buck retro Beachhead, yes, the crazy, yeah, that's what it was. Like, both Shockwaves adapt from Beachhead's body. Like, the blue one adapts from the original Cobra Island Beachhead, I believe, and this one adapts from the retro card Beachhead. But that's a solid Buck, and he looks different too. Like, I don't know if it'll focus in, but look at his fucking eyes. Like, he's been up all damn night and shit. Well, he's on Night Force. Magic Johnson. Yeah, Magic Johnson was Michigan State. But yeah, shout out to Magic. Just shout out to Michigan, period. I've never been to Michigan. That's the crazy part. I've been all over this country, but there's still a few states and cities I've never been to. But I've never been to Michigan at all. Your collection is savage. Appreciate that, Olu. Yeah, you're right. Nobody is buying Black Series like they used to. I mean, it doesn't have enough. They never update shit, man. Like they strictly going off. Like if anybody want to go in on somebody, like Marvel Legends at least try, but you need to go in on Black Series. I mean, they still have single joints. They still reissue the same shit over and over again. And last but not least, we got Big Ben with the gas mask on. And that was another thing too. Jody Shooter has a gas mask. A lot of options, you know what I'm saying, with this. So I like to keep his gas mask on because I know they're going to come out with another Big Ben eventually. But I don't know. That's the way I just like to display him, man. But my argument with Night Force is they don't have a bad character. Every character in his is solid, from whether it needed to be updated or if it was just a brand new character, period. Like you cannot knock that team at all, yo. And if it wasn't for the Dreadnoks, you know, kind of, I don't know. I can go back and forth with it, be honest with you. But I just don't think Night Force has enough uniqueness with it to be named number one. Like I said, like the Dreadnoks are unique and cohesive at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because they just have so much going on. But let's move on down to Tiger Force, which is pretty much like my last sub team. And I know y'all heard me doing my little bullshit rap on Instagram about the 36 people that I have. I actually have more sub teams. Like if you really wanted to get deep into it, like I have like Steel Core and shit like that. But I just kind of wanted to put up enough to kind of show you what I'm talking about as far as G.I. Joe sub teams. You know what I'm saying? So I have more than 36. When it comes to sub teams, because we can get into sub teams and we can get into themes. Like this thing can kind of actually really get big, and G.I. Joe has enough characters and enough versatility now where I can have 100 figures up here, all based off strictly sub teams and themes, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not even all the line. But Tiger Force, I just wish they had a little bit more cohesive. But there's going to be something I say about Tiger Force that you cannot knock me on. But I just wish they were a little bit more cohesive. It's kind of like all over the place. And they just, it's a lot of hit and miss. They won the hit and miss award of the year, Tiger Force. Hustle says Night Force figs go great with Gray Vanguard. Yes, yeah, and you know, if you see my Vanguard video, Hustle, you know that's their vehicle. Be honest with you, that is their vehicle dedicated strictly to them. As far as the Vanguard, like I don't see it going anywhere else in my collection. If you ever see anybody in it, it'll be on some background diorama type shit, or it's gonna be Night Force riding in that vehicle. Gonzo says, I think Black Series is stuck on single joints just so they can sell double joints in the future. With shit, they about ran that card up. They about to fucking lose their business. But Star Wars, I think, has such a lore where I just don't think they ran it out yet. But man, they've been way overdue for that, man. Been way overdue. WS says it's hard as hell to stay masked up and keep the lenses from fogging up. I feel you. At the same time, yeah, I'm still here, man. I'll probably be wrapping up in a little bit. I can look on the thing and see I've been up for 2 hours, man. But speaking with Tiger Force, man, I just really wish that they just wasn't so hit and miss. But what we'll say about Tiger Force is, and this is the miss. This was a missed opportunity here. Flint should have had a new head sculpt for this. Flint body is good. The bullshit paint stripes on there, like I could deal with that. But I wish those paint stripes were a little bit more bolder. You know what I'm saying? And then his face paint, if you're gonna put it on there, don't do it half-ass. like what is wrong with you? But he needed a new face sculpt for this. This would have definitely sold through the fucking roof if he had a new face sculpt. And that's why you can find him at Rosscon now. And at Rosscon for $5.99, he's good enough for me to, purchase a couple and see what I could do to him. Because like I said, Flint's buck is still decent. You know what I'm saying? I think they could, if they which they will probably redo Flint. I think they'll probably tweak this buck a little bit, but I don't think they'll go with a totally new buck because he's big and big and thick like Flint is. He looks like this is a body Flint would be on. But man, you gotta switch up his head sculpt, man. This was a missed opportunity to do that. Like, come on, man. Especially, and I guess they said because we're gonna put face paint on, we don't need to do it. But you put it on half-heartedly, man, and it's some bullshit. You said I like him as a version of my comic Frank Castlehead. I feel you. It's definitely something that he can just be bust down and disperse, especially if you find him at Ross, and that's what I plan on doing. As far as the Dusty, he looks like puke. As far as his colorways, like the green and yellow with the green pants, I do like the red goggles, and like I think Lyles is the first one to like kind of put me on to like he has his the way his face paint was like really. And I didn't know that shit. I thought that when they came out in the first one, they had his face paint correct. But another Rosscon type ordeal. He's just fucking on sale anywhere. Anywhere you go, this dude right here is like $12. Go to Amazon right now. He's $12. Go to Hasbro Pulse if he's there. He's on discount. So this is the discount king right here. Now let's get to the studs in this shit, or no, not even the studs, just the solid figures. Bazooka, both versions, whether he's in his regular colorway, or in this, great. I actually really like this. I actually like this one better than his original colorway for a while, but I think it's really hand in hand. I mean, but as far as his colors, all over the place, green and yellow. And I know this is how Tiger Force is. This is how he is. But I think the biggest thing I really do like about him is that he has kind of like this reddish tinted helmet this time around. And the white jersey, it pops. But Bazooka's a great figure. Bazooka's actually one of my favorite figures. Bazooka's a figure that can go on the radar because there's so many classified figures. These even up here, what I've went through, there's so many. This is like 1/8 of the line. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many good figures that this guy flies under the radar, man. So I think you probably still get this one for cheap too. I'm not too sure. Rakondo was an introduction to a new body style from last year. If you guys remember, he was just a little bit different. And his body still is a little bit different. It's tall and it's a little bit thicker, but he's a rock star. He has a rock star face. This is Kurt Russell. I don't know if they do this shit on purpose, like they make these figures to start looking like actors, but it's an awesome thing. But anytime I look at him, I just think of Kurt Russell and Tombstone, man. Be honest with you. Jamie Lynn says, I got the Tiger Force Dusty on clearance mainly to swap with the regular Dusty. Yeah, like I say, he's a bust down. He a bust down. Any Tiger Force Dusty you get, you gonna bust him down. But this is a nice fig right here. This is a solid fig. Now, you guys might not or may not agree with me, but regardless of the fact of these two I'm about to talk about now, whether they're in Tiger Force or not, these are two of the best figures that Classified has to offer. Okay, this motherfucker right here, I fell in love with him the first time I seen him. And the cool thing about it is he went to immediate clearance like back in the day. Like, I think he looks better than the original version that they came out with. I mean, this motherfucker here is tough. You know what I'm saying? Outback, Tiger Force Outback. I love his shirt. I love his loadout. I love the way his hair is, that frosty white hair. Like, this is my definition of a true motherfucking rock star right here. You cannot knock this guy. He is up there with Major Blood to me. He is one of the better figures in the entire line. And he's Tiger Force. He's in one of the most hit and miss fucking subgroups out of them all. So whoever gets this buck, like I said, Falcon has this buck now. Like, whoever gets this buck immediately becomes a fucking stud. Like, Falcon immediately became a stud once he was put on this body. So you gotta give it up to this dude, man. He's up there. And that's another video I'm gonna do too. Top 10 greatest G.I. Joe classified face sculpts. I think I'm gonna do that. I ain't gonna wait till the end of the year to do that too. That'd be something like fun I can do, man. Cause like I said, man, like really like doing like figure reviews really kind of bored the shit out of me. Not unless, you know, I really just want to kind of do one, man. I just like to have fun with these figures, but you got to give it up to Tiger Force Outback. And just, which I didn't know anything about this guy, but Wreckage is one of the best figures. He's up there with Major Blood too. He is a fucking classic. Tiger Force Wakanda is nice. That's why I said he's a solid figure. Major Blood is number one to me. WS. I think he's the greatest action G.I. Joe classified of all time. Now, as it gets older, it might be a little outdated, but he's not though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Major Blood has pins in his arms or not, but Wreckage is in the same ballpark as Outback. The only thing that sucks is he was so hard to get. I've been seeing people popping up and getting them. You said horrible mention goes to Falcon. That's I don't know. Same time if you seen my top 10 most disappointing G.I. Joes, but Falcon won that shit last year. But I put and this is kind of I bit this idea from my man G.I. Joe Customs, Ferry the Workaholic. I was about to call him an alcoholic. Ferry the Workaholic was his name on Facebook, but he's G.I. Joe Customs on Instagram. He took the brown robes that the Jedis wear and put it on. I was like, damn, that's pretty dope. But the brown robes that Jedis I do have from Black Series, I want to leave them on. One is Samuel Jackson and the other Jedi who's kind of like an orange alien with like a metal mask, kind of like right here in the section of his face. I'm like, I can't fuck with them. So what this jacket comes from Harrison Ford when they're like in that forest country. So this is his kind of like duster. But Wreckage is a bad motherfucker. And you know, most bad motherfuckers walk with a duster because most time they're going to have a long arm up under that shit. Just like how he got now. But Wreckage, this motherfucker here, like his eyes, those piercing eyes are better than 50% of Classified's head sculpts. And Classified, as we know for the majority, has banging head sculpts. Like mostly everybody's head sculpt has a pretty decent one, but Wreckage is the shit. His body feels good. Only thing that kind of sucks about him is his loadout, but I don't even count G.I. Joe's loadout because most of them are shitty anyway. As you can see, he has a Valaverse gun in his hand. You know what I'm saying? And it looks right. And I know sometimes people give shit about Valaverse guns because they might not be accurate, but I don't give a shit about that. I take photos good enough. You don't know. You wouldn't know which type of gun I got in his hand. But the way he looks here, especially with this little duster that I gave him, and like I said, Han Solo. Yeah, this is Han Solo's duster from the Black Series. And the colors match up great with it, man. So this is something I just threw on today, but it was kind of a stolen idea, man. But so that's the funny thing about Tiger Force. They're the most hit and miss out of all the sub teams, but they host two of the greatest, some of the greatest classified figures, period. It doesn't even have to be a sub team. We talking about the entire line from its inception. They host two of the greatest figures in my eyes. I don't know why Tiger Force Outback was slept on. I know why, because people are really waiting on the original. A lot of people are in love with the original Outback, which is it's the same figure, but this Tiger Force one hit different than that one. Night Person says, I need to get the classic Outback, but I love the Tiger Force Outback. Got to get another one on a stalker body. Jamie Lynn says, I still love Tiger Force Duke, but my only vintage 3 1/4 Duke was the Tiger Force version. I forgot to talk about him. He failed. That's why I didn't see him. Okay. This is the epitome of hit and miss here. And it's really nothing bad about him, but he has the dopest fucking pants. Like these Tiger Force pants are some of the best colorway looking pants, like period. For one, they don't have a half-ass tiger stripe on them like Flint. The tiger stripe is nice and bold. The orange has a vibrant orange, kind of like Tony the Tiger. Like this is what they all should be, color palette they should have to be a more cohesive unit. But I know that's not really falling in line with the 3 3/4, because the 3 3/4 is all over the place too. But this is how they all should look. This is Tiger Force, this should be our print right here. Not this fucking throw up green, not this bloodstained red, the fucking orange and black Tony the Tiger shit. But I like this Duke. But being that the other Duke he went from Duke to, this is Duke younger brother, Luke. You know what I'm saying? He just got his whole identity snatched. But he's not a bad looking character. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's the epitome of fucking hit and miss. What he represents that. You know what I'm saying? Great pants, ugly fucking shirt. Great character, but he's not Duke. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, he is Duke, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? Once that retro card came, you know what I'm saying, my man got bust down. You know what I'm saying? So, but then he came with the Tiger Force Ram cycle and shit. So, you know, that worked out. But Tiger Force, the epitome of hit and miss, man. But I love Tiger Force. I still think they're great. And in the earlier days when Tiger Force first came out, I was like, you know, I think they're the best thing smoking this year. Let me catch up on some of these questions here. Oh yeah, Outback. Hustle said Outback Tiger Force was slept on and seen him at RossCon too. Yeah, he was a RossCon special from last year. Yeah, same time. That's Harrison Ford Duster. That is Han Solo Duster. I keep trying to think which one it is, but I think it's a time like him and Luke was like in his fucking like that forest planet or something. But with it on Harrison Ford in the Black Series figure, it looks dope as hell too. But you know how he had to ante up. He had to come up off that shit. Especially but also you might want to, if you got any Black Series figure, same time you might want to check out the brown Jedi robes too, because that's what G.I. Joe Customs Ferry the Workaholic had on. He had a brown Jedi robe on him, which looked dope. But I think that duster on him, that's it right there. That's some shit like, with this duster right here, that's some shit like you whip a shotgun out up under that shit and just smoke a motherfucker as soon as you see him. You know, the badass shit, the dope shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's and the cool thing about it fits his color palette to a fucking T. You know what I'm saying? It's almost his fatigue pattern, yo. So yeah, this is staying on him forever. Sorry, Han Solo. Jamie Lynn says he kind of reminds me of Phantom X from X-Force with that duster. I think I know who you're talking about. He's the dude that came in the 3-pack, right? Not last year, but you know, with Nimrod. You right. W says that survival t-shirt. Yeah, like I said, with Outback, a lot of people are drawn to the original figure, man, and they just never really gave this one a chance. But like I said, this one to me is greater, and I love his shirt. A lot of people didn't like the tiger on that shit. It reminds me of the Cincinnati Bengals and shit. And that's like, say if we were a group of special forces and our tiger, we would call it Tiger Force. That's what I would tell my guys to think. Like, hey, why don't you go get you a Cincinnati Bengals t-shirt, a Detroit Tigers t-shirt, or something motherfucking represent this set that we running with. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. It fits hand in hand. Hustle says ginger hair Outback on Wreckage body kit bash. I got another Wreckage coming from Nerd Zoic. I'm just waiting on the clear because my Punisher from over here. I ordered a Punisher from him too, and you know, with that they don't ship till everything get there. But I'm trying to think what to do with my second Wreckage, and it's strictly for kit bash though, because I'm gonna separate the head and put that on, because I really want to take that head and put it on fucking Firefly. But I don't know, that body, it's the same body too, but that body so fucking busted. I don't want to waste my time. But This head sculpt with this pullover with those crazy fucking eyes on it are so good. It belongs to somebody. So I'm gonna just wait around and see who I can put it on. And definitely this body in this full jumpsuit will definitely work out good with somebody. Same time says, I really don't understand why Tiger Force is not uniform. They're all different. Yeah. And it's like a fucked up different too. Like it's just like I say, man, let's go back to Duke. He's the epitome of hit and miss. You know what I'm saying? Great pants, ugly fucking shirt. Good figure, but it's not Duke. You know what I'm saying? Like his head sculpt and all that's cool. It's just not Duke though. You know what I'm saying? So the epitome. So that's what that whole team really represents. Indoor, yes, night person, Return of the Jedi. That because I'm a Star Wars guy, but I'm not a Star Wars guy. Like my Star Wars is the first set. My Star Wars is the first three, which is really the second three. Like when Anakin's racing the pod. I know a lot of people shit on those, but those are my favorite ones. That really that set, that trilogy, and of course Revenge of the Sith, like that shit was whoo. When that movie first came out, I probably watched that shit like 5 times back to back. And those are the days of bootleg DVDs and shit. So I had it at the house and it was clear too. I watched the fuck out of that. And that ending is something out of this world, yo. When he was like, stand down. I'm trying to tell you, stand the fuck down. Yo, he wouldn't. You cut that motherfucker up. And it just ends bad, yo. I think that's why I like it. And then Yoda, like you finally get to see Yoda move because he was always like a puppet. He had never moved in CGI. So those are my Star Wars. So when to know the places that they be in those and the ones from the 70s and 80s, I didn't know, but it is indoor. So anybody who wants to do this to your wreckage, the Harrison Ford indoor, this is his duster. So it fits great on wreckage. I mean, look at that. It's already in a camo pattern. It's fucking his shit, yo. Like this is awesome, man. Awesome. Yes, it's a Return of the Jedi indoor Han Solo. Same time says Jamie nailed it. Yes, that Bengal shirt is awesome, man. He has a great a shirt on. WS says I had bought a few Tiger Force Outbacks, sacrificed one set of boots to my ultimate cap. I think I need no. Okay. I was thinking about Bucky cap. I have to try that out. Oh yeah, I sacrificed the because he was so cheap at one time. I sacrificed a Tiger Force Outback, and I put the extra snow job head on him, which I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that in my video before. Was having a problem finding boots compatible with pegs. And then the last group I got up here, which really isn't a group announced, is fucking Ninja Force. We're getting more figs till we got a kind of like an unofficial Ninja Force. What is this girl name? I keep forgetting her damn name, but I think she is dope. Like she came out around the same time as the Valorverse girls, and I believe she still to this day gives those Valorverse girls a run for their money. I actually did a review on her. What is her damn name? Helix. There we go. I need to get another Helix too. Let's see, because there's a lot. There's like I don't really collect Men on Carb, the box ones. Or it's just really kind of retro carb, but there's a few that I do like that I wouldn't mind an extra one. I need to get one because she's dope, yo. She moves good. Her balance is good. She has some dope ass weapons, like her arm shits that go on. Those arm knives are dope. Comes with 2 swords, has a big blade. She's from the era though of the floppy fucking weapons. Like we got some soft weapons now, but her weapons are fucking waffles, basically. I don't take them out. I just leave them in for decoration. And be honest with you, people would talk mad shit, but these weapons are so fucking flimsy that they would be better just to leave in for decoration. Like look at this shit. Like I'm bending. I'm crushing your head. Kids in the hall. Y'all remember that? But yeah, look at that shit. You ain't supposed to do that with a pistol, man. Like, look at this shit. Like, it's fucking horrible. So I just really leave her guns in the holster. It just looks better aesthetically, and mostly just throw a Valaverse gun in her hand, and use her swords, man. But great face sculpt, great color palette, and a new figure that made a collector like me that didn't know who the hell she was, because I wasn't around for 25th anniversary line. I didn't even know that shit existed. Classified pretty much re-sparked my interest in G.I. Joe like through the roof. And we talking about the first wave of Classified, which we all know has evolved way more since then. But the figure is so good, it just re-sparked my interest. But yeah, Helix is great. Now, this guy here, I had when I was a kid. Once again, letting you know what kind of era I came up with. This is the early 90s Ninja Force Nunchuck. I actually had him. The only thing I don't like about him is he had soft goods for his wave cap and shit. But now it's just like hard. But the crazy part about it is it doesn't hinder from what he needs to do. He's on a great buck. He looks good, man. He's right. He's really in the pocket, man. Okay. Yeah, same time. I got Outback Head on Bucky Cap. I don't know if you seen it me with it, but yeah, that is an unofficial Outback for me on that Bucky Cap body, man. But I wanted to switch out those Buccaneer boots and put some GI Joe boots on them. So I need to see what's up with that. Said Snow Job alternate head might work on Wreckage Kit Bash too. Hustle, I would try that because Punk with Toys put me onto that. He actually put his Snow Job head on Recondo, which it fit. That looks like another Recondo. And I didn't want to copy him, so I went with the Tiger Force Outback. But I'm almost a little too orangey and shit because he has red hair and then you got that orange shirt. I would maybe try to put it on Wreckage body. I think it would work. Be quite honest with you. I think it would look really good, man. I would try that out. But Nunchuck, great figure, bullshit ass nunchucks. But for the most part, this shit is solid right here. Like I want to get an extra one of him because I had this when I was a kid. Like it was the summertime. We had got some Ninja Force figures, Slice and Dice and Dojo and all them motherfuckers. This right here is $22 right now at Amazon, and he's part of the Ross Con ordeal going on too, Kamukara. Totally worth $22 and damn sure definitely worth $7.99. If anybody comes across this, grab him, especially at a cheap price, because then you can take this guy and army build him. And that's what I want to do. If I come across him at Ross, I'm gonna army build the shit out of him. And not saying like a lot, but like, at least get 5 more for sure. You know what I'm saying? Kind of bolster up the ranks of my Ninja Force and get my Rick dye on, do some washing in here. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's basically Storm Shadow's body and shit. And then and speaking of Storm Shadow, get that V2 version to go along with these guys, man. But for $22 and $7.99, like that bullshit loadout he got is worth it then. Because then, you get the Uzi, you get all the little ninja swords and all that bullshit. So we potentially right now have really 5 members of unofficial Ninja Force. And of course, I got so many Snake Eyes, and I didn't want to grab a Commando. I kind of wanted to grab the original one that I got. But this is the Fortnite one, which I like the Fortnite one, to be quite honest, which I think he's dope. Because he has like a little bit more going on with his color palette, but it leans more towards a Ninja Snake Eyes, man. So you can really take and pick and choose any Snake Eyes that you want, man, and really have an unofficial Ninja Force. But we know we're gonna have more of those guys coming, especially like Dojo, Slice and Dice and shit. So all of these groups are eventually gonna get even bigger than what I have up here right now, man. Let me get back in my regular joint, and then just also another unofficial like sub team. Like they need to go ahead and stop bullshitting and give us Joes in their parkas. That was very huge in the early years of GI Joe cartoon for them to be on some Arctic mission in their parkas and stuff, man. Like I said, this is an awesome fucking figure right here. The Snow Job. I mean, straight legit. Legends, man. I've been seeing some people pop up with wreckage the past week and finding them at Targets. So I would just, stay on the beaten path, man, and just kind of keep your eye out. And I'll let you know too if I see one, because I had brought another wreckage and I got them from a Big Nerdy, but it was just one of them things where it was up for like in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck am I doing? Looking, through the shit, but it was just, I was just sifting through shit, just, really just keeping an idle mind, because this is all I fucking do. Like if you watch a replay, I went through a whole spill. Like I'm going through some shit with my wife right now. This is all I fucking do. I don't do shit. I look at action figure shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy, yo. But I was on there and I ended up buying another wreckage for like $65. Like, so, it was worth it to me. Same time says, me either, but I need like 10 of those jackets. I feel you, man. I haven't looked to see what that figure. One time I still used to keep up on that figure, but I don't think they jumped up in price. If anything, I think they went down. But Han Solo, that figure looks badass with that jacket on, period. So I need to look and find another one for myself. So, because I'm just such a crazy completionist sometimes, just so I can still have that Han Solo with that duster on, man. Let me go ahead and get back right to where I was at. Hopefully we still can find them at a decent price. WS, that is a Fortnite Snake Eyes, which was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive that got delayed for like 2 fucking years, and then it ended up at Ross or Ollie's for a fucking stupid cheap, man. So that's why that's a Fortnite Snake Eyes. Jay says I need to get some Ninja Force. I don't have any. They're still available. All of them are still available, man. But I would say this, as we start going into the different new eras of G.I. Joe, if some of you guys are still kind of waiting on some figures which are good, but haven't sold out yet, but eventually they will, man. So I would go ahead and grab your joints, man, because not everything's gonna go to fucking Ollie's. Maybe it will. I don't know, but from what I've seen, some figures have trickled out and just ain't never came back. Yeah, Hustle, yep. And Comic-Con is currently at Ross. Hustle says too much starch on Nunchuck's do-rag. Yeah, man, it's feeling like Stevie with beads over the do-rag. Yeah, man. He looks good though, man. I just wish he wasn't so okay. So okay. So yeah, so it has an articulated wave cap piece, but like this, if you had this figure as a kid, this was soft goods, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why it hurt him to not to do that. I always said I was gonna cut that shit off, but it really doesn't hinder you, yo. He still can get busy. He's on Storm Shadow's body, so V1 body, so he can still do what he needs to do. WS, I used the Fortnite head on my Carback Snake Eyes body. And that retro card Snake Eyes, that new blue Snake Eyes is coming out, those are the same bodies too, I think, what I noticed. I have a retro card Snake Eyes, but I never got one loose. And then I was like, after a while, I was like, I'm not going to try to buy one loose. I'm not going to do it. Not unless I find me a killer deal or come off a killer steal, because that's a fucking expensive figure for a thin-ass card back. And that is going to be in the future one of those figures that's going to be like fucking up there, because it had a bullshit release through Walmart and it was like released and then it never fucking came back, never showed up. But then on top of that, if you did get it, Walmart shipped it so fucked up because the card back is so paper thin that it was just like non-existent. Like I have one that I brought from Toy Snowman for like $50 like a year ago, and I just put it straight in the tote just for my collector piece and shit, man. I need to get a bubble cartridge for it because those things are so damn thin. You know what? I'm missing Jinx. I have Jinx, but I don't know if you guys seen, but I fucking demolished her and turned her to another Jinx. She was on sale too on Amazon last week on the the little Amazon day and shit. But she's probably gonna be one of those ones during Christmas time that's gonna drop down to $17, $15. So if you haven't got her, which I will get her then, I would advise you to get her, fellas. NorCal says, man, that action figure bug has been bittersweet. I love it and hate it at the same time. I feel you, man. Same time, yo, appreciate you coming through, fam. Peace out. Which I'll probably be ending this thing in a little bit here. I've been on about 2.5 hours. WS says, the homie at Black Star Collectibles had a gang when they came out. Oh, Snake Eyes? Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you was talking about that indoor Han Solo. And look, and I really can't blame nobody. I don't know what happened. I just kind of dropped him. Because if y'all remember, it took a minute for that damn thing to come out. Be honest with you, from Walmart, they were playing a bunch of games and shit. So I cut it, and I was like, you know what, I'll come back to this. And then by the time I came back to it, it wasn't shit to come back to. It was just out of stock, never in retail, and just gone, man. So when I seen Toy Snowman a year ago, I said, let me go and jump on that, man. I don't give a fuck if it show up at Ollie's Ollie's after this for $5. I need to get on this because it looks like it's not coming back. And it didn't too. It didn't fucking come back at all. That shit is just gone. Which is crazy. That's why when now Storm Shadow kind of came back a little bit more frequently than him, but it's gone too. But when I seen that Storm Shadow, that's why I hopped on it. And it was at a good price too. I think I got him from Nerdzoic for like $30. So I just went on and brought two about a year ago, man. Oh, okay. That was good, Jamie. You say you had 2 retro cards, Snake Eyes, but both arrived with damaged packaging, and Jeff from Laos Figure File needed help. If anybody's listening to this podcast right now, check out Laos channel, man. I need to get over there. I haven't been over there in a Thursday night in a minute, man, but it's just my time been real limited, man. But I watched his video today on the New York City Comic Con recap, man, and I always fuck with Laos, man. Good dude, man. Real fucking good dude. I want to meet him in person one day, man. Maybe we will. Yep, man. What time is it? But yeah, man, fellas, man, it's been a great night, great conversation, man. Be honest with you, man. You guys took my mind off of what the fuck been going on in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's been hell on wheels, man. And I think this is the first time, which haven't been doing this a lot, that I actually kind of went on a script that I wanted to go on to, especially like going through these subgroups and pretty much doing the layout of them. Like I said, what I'm gonna do, I'll probably do a ranking video on, or just a video just having fun with the different subgroups. But I think it'll be a lot more funner and interesting if I rank them also too. And then out of all the subgroups, what is the best just figure period out of all of them, man? Let me see. Oh, Greg Archer says, I think I have an extra card at Snake Eyes. I'll check tomorrow. Yeah, they were in abundance when people were getting them. So I always thought it was never a thing like, okay, it was shortage on them. I just think they were put out there, but it was never like a re-up on them shits, man. But and it's that card at Snake Eyes is actually probably one of the best Snake Eyes bucks, because Snake Eyes is a couple of different ones. He has a thick one, I think, that was Beachhead's body. Then he has his own original one that has been beat time and time over again. And then there's the retro card Snake Eyes body. So I think he has 3 different bucks, because that one where he came out with the timber, that was like, he was like a little bit more thicker and shit. The first Commando one, he was thicker than this slimmer one, and then that other one is Stalker's body. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So he has 3 different bucks. WS says, you know what? I'm not using the card back. I'm using the box with the clear window. Nerd Zoa got me with a few card backs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hustle. This is plastic therapy, man. Scott, you say the Fort, but I believe the Fortnite body is really the original Snake Eyes body, though. This is like Snake Eyes 00. Might be revamped a little bit, but it's not like a hard difference. Like those 3 different ones I was saying is really 3 different bucks. You got a Beachhead buck and then you got a Stalker buck. But even though this one kind of switches up color palettes and maybe even switches up web gear from time to time, it's the same initial original buck though, because this is the slimmest one. So I can always tell from the legs and shit. Yeah, because this one right here has just like, I believe, different web gear and color palettes on it. This actually ended up being a really great Snake Eyes because of the color palette, especially with the grenades. It just makes it pop a little bit. Because even the coffee cake, I ain't say that on coffee cake Snake Eyes has this buck right here, the desert one. But all 3 bucks, great, to be honest with you. Yes, I did, Tony. I didn't know if you just seen or not, but yeah, that's the one I actually I just picked up and had in my hand. This is Fortnite Snake Eyes, and if you can't really look closer to your tail, like I don't know how you can see this, but you know he has those colored grenades, but pretty much looks like 00. Be honest with you, his pants, the color palette on his pants is 00 really all day. This is 00 just with a few extra features on it. I think 00 also had the visor that's colored gray and it just wasn't a muted out black. I think this is a blue. I think it's a navy blue, but this is Fortnite right here. This is Fortnite for sure. I know, because not any other one has those colored grenades on them like that. Greg Archer says, I use a second Snake Eyes in Timber for Night Force, the black and green matchup. I ended up liking that one too. That was actually pretty dope. Like people can talk about all the different Snake Eyes and shit, but when you start really like looking at all the different ones, you like it's like 8 of them motherfuckers. You like, damn, really all of them are dope. And they got more coming. When I sit up thinking about it, you got the navy, you got the blue one from the cartoon, which I'm definitely gonna get, and then you got the black and blue one, which is really low key is my favorite one because that's the one I grew up with as a kid. The one that came out in 91, 92. I think it's version 3 with the red visor and shit, the red goggles on, the hockey mask, and he's black and blue. Like how can you deny this motherfucker? He's like basically the Wolverine and Spider-Man of G.I. Joe. Yeah, every kid had multiple Snake Eyes, and now every adult has multiple Snake Eyes too. Brigard, you said that's V4? Okay, because yeah, he had the black, and then what? So what? V2 is what, the knives on the chest that's crisscross. Is that V2? So what would be V3? V3 is black and blue, right? Yeah. Scott, like I said, I could swear that's V3, and V4 is like V3, but I think it has like different shit going on. He said V2 is the ninja, V1 commando, V2 is the ninja. Oh, okay. And there's a slight difference. Okay, V1 is fucking just blacked out Snake Eyes. V2 is kind of more like what the ninja. V3 is knives across the chest. V4 is black and blue. Yeah, okay. I just basically said everything y'all saying right there. But I forgot about the original, just black, don't look like a fucking ninja at all. He's just a black fucking figure. Yeah. Wow, what? This is great action figure therapy, right? You guys are right. Yep. Yeah. As all those comments start coming down, it's crazy. If y'all could see all this shit, like how everybody start naming them out, I'm like, okay. Because see, I forget about the original one because, like I told you, I was born in 83. That shit came out in 83. And by the time I'm playing with G.I. Joe's 88, 89, that shit ain't even in circulation no more. Or not because it's just not in circulation, because nobody gives a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? We already got version 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So, which are way better than that original one. The original one, as a kid, you're like, this shit is boring. Fuck this dude. You know what I'm saying? I want 2 and 3, and then by the time 4 come out, he's a distant memory. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a V4 guy. So V4 was actually brought from the store, black and blue with red visor. I'm really a V3 too, with the knives across the chest. That was the snake eyes I used to see in a lot of kids' toy boxes and just in the play area. Which one had the three-piece ninja weapon? That might be after 4. Is there a V5 or some shit? Because he's going with that ninja force and shit. They got this action going on. So I think I'm not too sure though. Don't get me the line, man. Ion says, I got a commando snake with B team. I got first snake eyes with a trench coat for stealth and a eyes to shop and a snake eyes to shop for my groceries. I feel you. You know what? Now that I think about it though, that commando snake eyes that came with Timber that's on the Beachhead body and classified would probably look dope as fuck with a trench. Because he's a little bit different. He doesn't look like a fucking ninja or anything. And then he's kind of thick and shit too. Jay says V3 was my first snake eyes. I was in 4th grade. He says we need a V3 extra unmasked head, like the comic. Well, his fucking eyes like all fucked up and shit. His whole face is fucked up, but he's got like his eye huge. I don't know if I want to see that from Snake Eyes. Just keep the mystique of him going. V3 had a 3-piece baton. Okay. The tripod came with V3. What makes sense is version 3, give him a tripod. Says I got a hustle. Anybody in chat says I got an extra Snake Eyes with Arctic Timber. We'll trade for an ugly Falcon or Cover Girl. Cover Girl at one time became a hot commodity with her ugly ass, but she's up and available now. Scott says head gets fixed in that issue. I have to read those old G.I. Joe comic books. I collect those, but I haven't really read them, to be quite honest. Just a few. I can see it as a con exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, I like me, like I wouldn't care to see Snake Eyes' ugly head, like, you know what I'm saying, when it's off, because I don't know. Sometimes it's just better to keep a mystique about something. In my eyes, you know what I'm saying. Which I wouldn't knock it. I wish they would do it, especially because I know a lot of guys will probably like that, and I probably would end up still getting one myself. It's just not a big on a priority list with me. Just like Once a Man Cobra Commander, like that wasn't a huge thing for me. It's just so fucked up because I at least just wanted it, you know what I'm saying. But it's sold out and shit. And shout out to Chris, man, for doing that. I know he's going through his thing and whatnot, trying to handle his business, but he had got one for me, just in case I didn't get one, man, and that's what happened. Because I told him, I was like, I don't care about Once a Man, but like, damn, I did at least want to buy one for the collection. And shout out to Window Clean, man. I hope everything's all right. Says Black Widow head works on Cover Girl. Yes, I've put one on there. And matter of fact, not the new one. I've put the Walmart exclusive from back in the day when she has the gray jumpsuit and the brown bomber on. that one looks really good with the short hairdo. It looks really good on CoverGirl. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it definitely works. It's not too small. It's just the head is a little bit too big. But me being a crazy completionist and I don't have an extra CoverGirl, I think I'd rather have it with the ugly sucked in fucking duck lips face on. So I don't know. It's just a crazy collector shit in me, man. WS says, does anybody know the comic that was a double story with Snake Eyes in one and Storm Shadow in the other? Snake Eyes was battling some dude with two big guns that shot hot darts from his forearms. That sounds like one of those GIJOE special missions type shit. That's what you're talking about with him and Storm Shadow. Like they both had a front cover page or something. Ion says that Sharon Carter head from the Shield 3-pack looks better on CoverGirl. Ball peg is loose. Oh, you want to do like a blonde hair CoverGirl? I didn't think about that because I actually have that Sharon Carter. You know what? And Jamie Lynn, that might be a move because it's really not about me collecting the books as far as like collector materials. It's actually about me reading the story because I have some old G.I. Joe books, but like when it comes to me collecting comic books, like especially back issues from a long time ago, it's really about the comic book art and just to have that piece. Like that one issue, I think it's like 23, where him and Storm Shadow are fighting in New York City and shit. You can see Snake Eyes being kicked off the graffiti train. I've simply got that issue just for that fucking cover. You know what I'm saying? I believe I read it one time, but I can't remember. I know it's probably around the era of what the silent issue is it? I'm not sure, but I collected that comic book for the cover. So WS, the Hyde Shield female agent 2-packs came with multiple heads. Yeah, but WS, I'm thinking guys is trying to like give out heads for that CoverGirl that kind of mostly adapt towards her because I have those 3-pack heads of girls and none of them really look like CoverGirl. So those other figures that are named, you could go with either your redhead or brunette CoverGirl or blonde. Yeah, I was I did them for the Cobra girls. Those Hydra 3-pack, yeah, which they fit well. They go on Lady J body good too, and you can create a totally different new character. I know my man Paul from Hyperdrive Collections. He sent me one. He sent me a Rick dyed figure where he changed the color of the skin and all that, and put it on a Lady J figure with one of those girls' heads on there, man, and it looks good. I think it was a black girl who had the bun tied in the back, man. That's what that was. Yep. Yeah, once a man Cobra Commander got away. But I mean, if I had a choice on Chrome Dome Cobra Commander, any Cobra Commander, I would choose that over Once a Man any day. It's just the thing with the Once a Man is I think it kind of tugged more on the collector bug of me, like because it had that lenticular case where it switched up. It had a beautiful packaging. That's some collector shit. So, like I said, my man Chris got me one, and I don't really care to get a second one because my whole intention was to put it in the mint collection. You know what I'm saying? Especially with that lenticular front that will switch up on you once you start like changing it. That's collector shit all day. BJ Palm, what's good with you? Gonzo, salute, man. Appreciate you coming through and hanging out, fam. Gonzo says y'all have a good night watching Terrifier 2. Yeah, hey, Terrifier is a crazy fucking movie, yo. I don't think I can sit through that. Matter of fact, I keep forgetting it's Halloween. I really don't celebrate it, which at the same time, I'm not so over religious. Like, oh my God, Halloween. You know what I'm saying? But I don't send my girls trick or treating. They go to the church or whatnot. Because and then plus it's different from when I was a kid. But that's something I do like to watch in the October months. I like to watch my good share of scary movies, and especially Jason. I'm gonna laugh my ass off at that. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like a comedy, man. So hey, Gonzo, man, have fun watching that Terrifier. Ionic says anybody who bought the GI Joe Kickstarter complimentum got sent the PDF files of the entire Marvel comic run. Damn, that's what's up. Scott says, honestly, Once a Man Cobra Commander isn't that great. I just really wanted the Snake Cobra Commander for Roadblock. And it doesn't look like a super great figure. I mean, it's pretty much the Cobra Commander body. You know what I'm saying? Got a regular ab crunch. It doesn't have the super articulated buck or anything like that. Like I said, I was good with one, and really not even to take out a package, just to put with my collector set. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with it, man. But it was ridiculous because some people did want that figure to actually like do shit with it, and you couldn't even get it. Yo, it was like that was stupid right there. Yes, Hoodlum. I think the recruits from the movie will eventually end up getting in the line, man. I really do. Greg, man, hey, have a blessed day at church tomorrow, man. Greg says I gotta go to church early in the morning. I'll be praying for you and your situation, bro. Hey, man, please do, man. Because I don't even believe I'll make it to church tomorrow. You know what? I am. I'm gonna get in my box truck and go because the wifey got the car, and she off doing her thing. But hey, man, please pray for me, man. Like I said, I'm fighting. I'm fighting battles on all different fronts. It's World War II with me right now. Yes, iconic. I think they'll end up doing a big lob. Jamie Lynn says, I got in on the G.I. Joe Kickstarter. I also ordered the UK Action Force ones. Those will be all new to me. Dope. WS says they will probably re-release Once a Man like they did with Mindbender and Serpentor. I can see that happening. And I'm cool with that, to be honest with you, because if they did that on a retro card back, like that's something I don't care to have. Like, I don't know, I might get the retro card back for display, but like I said, I already have the one I got for my collector set, which has a way better packaging, and I would just buy that one just to open it up and mess around with it, man, and that'll be it. And hey, good night, Greg, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man, for everything, man. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, we going in on 3 hours. This is a good live stream, man. It's one o'clock, man. Hustle, man. I watch scary movies now. I have to leave a light on. You know, the only movies that ever scared me, like scary movies, not even scary, but you know how you get those hairs standing up, you get the tingling and shit. It's shit like The Exorcist. Shit I know that could possibly be real. Somebody possessed by evil spirits or something like that. But when it comes to like Freddy and like Jason, them shits became comedies to me, especially Jason, boy. I know back in the day when I'd be chilling at my brother's house, and it was kind of almost like a tradition that October come around, we get to watching Friday the 13th and get to geeking off that shit. We be rolling up blunts, smoking and shit, laughing our asses off at that. Especially that one when he picked up that girl in that sleeping bag and started banging her up against a tree. Shit, we used to fall out our seat watching that. And then there was one where this black dude got away, but he came back to save this girl in the barn. He was like, yo, what you doing, man? And Jason hit that motherfucker right here. Man, we used to die. I still die laughing at that, man. But hey, man, I am gonna call it, man. I'll leave us with a message, man, of encouragement before I get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys for coming through and messing with me, man. I appreciate the 30 minutes of me venting a little bit. Actually, that's really what that was. Me venting, letting some air out of the situation, man. Like I told you, man. Like I said, I'm sitting up here praying for people early in the week for my channel, praying for people, and I'm getting attacked by the enemy on my end, trying to make everything that I work for, my life, everything crumble, man. And I won't go for it, man. And to do that and vent it out, man, with you guys, man, was awesome, man. And then getting to the awesome action figure conversations, man. Because I wasn't even gonna come on tonight. I was just like, you know what, so much shit has went on this week, and then especially today. I don't want to come on, but that was only a split second thought. I was like, you know what? Let me go and get on here, because that's what real leaders do. Real leaders still lead in adversity. And I'm not necessarily calling them a leader, because I don't ever want anybody to ever think like, hey, you're my follower and this and that. You know, I'm just saying I'm up here on a platform, and you guys actually like talking with me. You like watching my videos for the past couple of years now. I need to get up here, man, and just talk with you, man. And be honest with you, that was the perfect remedy, the perfect medicine for what I needed right now, man. And like I said, man, keep me in your prayers, keep me in your thoughts, man, because the enemy is trying to attack me in my home. Keep my man Chris, North Carolina window clean. Like I said earlier this week, two of his workers was murdered right in the street. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was up here praying earlier this week, because that was just a tragic situation. One of them was his best friend's son. So there's a lot of stuff going on, man. The enemy is busy, man. Busy in my life, busy in your life. But one thing I do know, we have the power to crush that. God has the power to crush that, man. So if anything I pray for this week, I pray for strength. And I pray all you guys make it home safe from work. I pray all you guys have a wonderful week. And then what I'll probably be doing this week, man, is probably messing with these subgroups. And just do a few fun videos, man. But this is the Savage Land, man. Another episode of Straight Savage Podcast. Love all you guys, man. I appreciate you, man. I hope you all have a good night. And with that being said, until the next time, God bless. Thank you guys, man. Love you all, man. I'll be praying for you guys, man. Hold it down.